in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Hello there and welcome to the latest Elite FPL podcast with myself and Jason. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening. Hello, everybody.
Good evening there. Yep, tonight it's all down to business. It's down to our rivalries. We're going to be talking our mini leagues and most importantly, the cash mini league and the overall free mini league. Really looking forward to this. We get to talk about basically different members of the community, I think, and especially when it comes to the Cash Mini League, our Little rivalries will come out, as Jason's just shown there, with that wonderful Mortal Kombat-esque versus between me and him. The rivalries are showing, and I even got annoyed earlier on when I realised Jason's 8th in the Cash Mini League. I was already annoyed straight away looking at that. But no, we got some interesting team selections and everything within the not just the Cash Mini League, but interestingly the Community League. Talking of the Community League, Jason has just put up a poll regarding your community team. The simple question is this: do you want to make a transfer this week? And if you hit yes, which position? Just go to the Discord group, vote in that particular poll, and have your say. And we will reveal the results on. I don't know when we're next going live together, but we'll reveal the results and we'll let you know what's going on, and then we can deal with all that on Thursday evening, just to let you know for our preview show. So I'll hand it straight to Jason. Jason, who's in the chat right now?
Okay, so we've got in the chat, we've got Show Me the Mane FC, I like the name. We've got Shaban in chat, we've got Ryan Seachin, Alexander Jennings, Simon Anderson, One Rovers Vlogs, we've got FPL Boona there, we've got Tommy, I've got a few names that I don't recognise actually. We've got Tommy Luo Marla. So he's made a comment saying, I'm happy people went Bournemouth trap and how now they make transfers to take them out. Well, they've still got some nice fixtures. I won't be taking out my two Bournemouth, but good point made. Nasty Balls is in chat, Zulu Ninjas in chat, Sultan Saeed's in chat, K Boys in chat, Millsy YouTube's in chat, Flare Force is in chat, another name I don't recognise. VAR's in chat, Anil, welcome Anil, Resi Desi, also known as Adam. We've got Thomas Holden, Ben Wheatcroft, Clement LaRue, the hit champion, Ben Crampton, Littman, Simon Andreasen, and many, many, many more. FPL Alex the Kid. The list goes on. Bo Arias. Welcome, guys. Welcome. It's nice to see you guys. Alex Volo's in chat as well. The master,
the thumbnail king, yeah.
The mastermind behind the awesome artwork. I mean, he's just got a whiz. He's a whiz at making thumbnails and just graphic design in general. But amazing. So yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can charge my laptop.
Oh dear, Jason, we seem to be having tech issues already.
This is what happens when you work full time.
No, so what we'll do is we'll just kick off straight away, and what I'd like to think is that if there's anybody that we're going to be talking about that are in the top 4 of the Cash Mini League or the top 4 of the overall free Mini League, if any of you are in the Discord right now and want to come live on air and boast about the fact that you're in the top 4, please do. Because me and Jason really, and not just me and Jason, but everybody watching this really will be wanting to hear how you're feeling about being in those top 4 places in both respective leagues. I'd be really interested. I know, for instance, Charlie, who's top, Chicken Tikka Mo Salah. I'd be interested to hear how he's feeling being number 1. But we'll just get straight on with it, Jason. Like I just mentioned, Charlie Hayne, he's top of the Cash Mini League, 104 points.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring him up 1 second. Sorry, yeah, I'm going to bring it up now.
With his triple captain played. I mean, we're not going to go over the teams because we've been over it 50,000 times across the week. But I just want to go over the basic highlights. Triple captaining Salah, and I'm going to ask you straight away, Jason.
Yeah,
it's an interesting talking point.
Yeah.
Do you think triple captaining Salah, not Sterling, Salah, was a bad move this week?
Do I think not triple captaining Salah was a bad move?
Or do you think triple captaining was a bad move?
Not a bad move, but it's not a singing, dancing down the road move where you can really be happy. I mean, it's always because obviously Sterling got that 20-point haul. I mean, Salah, at the end of the day, he scored 36 points for the triple captain. That's you've done all right. You've done fine with that. I wouldn't be too worried, but it's again, I'm going to talk about it. Triple captain to me, it's not worth that much. If it's a popular captain pick and you're triple captain him, you're only going to get 10, 20 points probably more than other people. Where I think so many people get hung up about this triple captaincy, saying, "Oh, it's the best chip you've got to really be careful when to play it. Well, no,
sounding like me there, Jason.
You're not. It's like, God's sake, it's really nothing special, to be honest with you. I mean, barring someone scoring like 6 goals, like other chips more than make up for those points. So, Steve, what are you laughing at?
You'll find out in about 30 seconds.
Right. Okay. Fine. So yeah. I'm indifferent on that answer. I'm not saying that it's an amazing triple captain, but I'm not saying it's been a fail. I think the real winners are the Sterling captainers hat trick, but Salah captains can be happy as well.
Yeah. I just want to give my quick thoughts on that. I think that if anybody, and someone did in the free Elite FPL community mini league. Bloody hell, it's a lot of words to say. No swearing, Steve-o. But I think if you triple captain Sterling, I think beautiful, well done to you. I think that's the kind of return you're looking for, even from a double game week. So if you've triple captain Sterling, and we all know that Dereco did for his second team, congratulations to you. But the Salah one, I think with hindsight now, I think is a wasted. You've wasted it. I think that the fact that, and we'll move on to my good friend Nick Reed in a second, the fact that he got exactly the same points as Charlie, and he's still got his chips in place, says a lot. So what we'll do is we'll move on to Nick Reed, a very good friend of mine, and he's been part of the our old Torbay Elite Mini League for many years, and he's never ever done that great. But this year, wow. Well done, Aardvark FC. 104 points.
Come on, man. It's only game week 1.
Hold on a minute. Whoa, you were boasting just literally yesterday how you got 103 from last year. I think it's a brilliant result, and I think that once you start off really well, it's a case of like you did last year. Right, let's build on this. So I'm a really good friend of Nick's, and we've been exchanging text messages. I mean, and he's been saying about
but you
should
remember,
he transfer out.
You remember last year, Steve, when I got 104 points and then 103 points game week 2, I was pretty calm about it. I wasn't jumping up and down, going, "This is it now. I'm gonna come top in the world." I think you gotta really keep your feet on the floor. And
no, but what I'm trying to get at is, to be fair, I think you're being a bit harsh. I think that anybody getting 104 points, not even using a chip, I think is absolutely fantastic. I think fair play to anybody that has got 100+ points in game week. Well, it doesn't matter what game week it is. It could be any game week without using a chip is absolutely stunning. And fair play to Nick for captaining Sterling. I mean, good on you for that. He had a few differentials that most people don't own. Aubameyang, Martial. He's been asking me about transferring out Barkley. I personally think hold off. I was listening to Dereco last night talking about Chelsea, and I found it wonderful what he was saying about the fact that Barkley was played out of his natural role that he's been playing all pre-season, doing really well, and then Lampard puts him out on the left or something. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I would hold on to that transfer, Mr. Reed. I know you're watching live, and he has a few. He has something to say, just to the audience. It's nothing horrible, and it's just nice. He just says that as I can't be there to join you all to celebrate my only top of the table seat, I hope Steve-o can raise a shot of vodka for me, and he can shout me a Poppy's fish and chips in Camden very soon. That ain't happening, but yeah, I'll be. I never pay for anything, but no. In all seriousness, you're second in the cash mini league so far with 104 points, and really good on you, mate. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Moving on to third spot.
I don't want to sound like I was playing it down, Nick. If you are watching, it's a great score. I don't want it to sound as if I'm completely shrugging it off, but yeah, no chips used. You captain the right you picked the right captain. You've blasted it at the park, and well done to you, buddy. Well done.
Well, talking of them, well done to people. Ray Joyce, he's been a regular of this show for I can't even tell you how long, and he's on 104 points as well. He didn't captain Sterling, captain Salah. And I mean, his team is full of Elite FPL community template team, but it's Rashford, Well done on picking Rashford again. This is why I want to. Hopefully, if he's in chat, he'll be able to explain why he went with Rashford game week 1. But if he can come in the Discord and speak to myself and Jason live on air, I'd be really interested to hear his thought process on Rashford, because I'm telling you now, most people here, including Jason, including myself, would have told him not to get Rashford in at all. It's paid off. Well done to you, Ray. Your third, 104 points. And finally, Henrik Einström. I'm assuming you're from Sweden or maybe Norway. I don't know. But
Sweden, mate. Sweden.
It's Sweden, yeah. 102 points. I mean, there's a lot of high scorers in this Cash Mini League. A 5-4-1 formation. Some of the differential picks that the Elite FPL community don't own. Laporte, Dunk, Martial, Captain Salah. Well done to you, Henrik. If you can get on live with us, please talk to us about your position at the moment, because that is absolutely fantastic. Well done.
Double Brighton. 20 points from Ryan and Dunk alone. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's the top four, officially the top 4. There are a few people. I mean, Ian Rose is on 102 as well as Henrik. He used his bench boost, if you remember. But yes, he got 102 points. But we both agreed that the bench boost itself for him was pretty poor, despite the fact, yes, he got 102. But as I keep mentioning, there are people that have used chips, and the ones that haven't used chips have got the same equivalent returns, and fair play to them. Moving on to the Elite actually, let's get into chat, Jason. What are people saying in chat before we move into the free league?
Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to scroll through some of the messages in chat. Guys talking about their scores, talking about the scores that we've just put on the screen with these Galactico teams that are scoring over 100 points at the top of our mini league. This is obviously the Cash Mini League. We've got some crazy scores in the Community League as well. People talking about last season, triple captaining Sane was a bad move. Absolutely, I think that was one of the biggest fails of recent history in terms of a collective FPL triple captain. Anyway, triple captain is the worst. Chip says, show me the Mane FC. Yeah, it's like, will Sergio Aguero start against Spurs, says Sanid. Sanidia in chat, I think that there's rotation between, there's going to be, I don't know is the honest answer. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Give Pepper ring. Pookie for King, says Anil. I don't think I'll be doing that transfer. Not yet. Not anyway. I think wait and see. I think Pookie's a great talent. I just think wait and see on Bournemouth's next game, and then maybe reassess. Barnes ? VAR. That's probably a question for you, Pete. Steve-O.
VA. What do you mean?
Barnes.
What, is he an option?
An option.
Not yet. He's got Arsenal next. We're going to get flaming battered probably by them. I would avoid us like the plague at the moment. Our fixtures are terrible. But to counter that, it all depends on how we perform against Arsenal. I think they're just going to have their usual 2-3-1 victory. Will it knock our confidence? Who knows? We had a fantastic victory against Southampton. Boosts our confidence. And if we perform really well against Arsenal when it ends in a positive result, even if we lose, but it looks like we played well, then absolutely jump onto any Burnley players that you feel like bringing in. Barnes is obviously, I didn't actually think he'd start on Saturday. I thought it'd be Jay Rodriguez,
but you did say
proven
that.
Wrong.
Yeah.
And Ashley Barnes at 6.5. Absolutely. If we do okay against Arsenal, jump on us.
Well, Boone
Can I just say
Boone is in. Sorry, yeah.
You may be mentioning what I'm about to say, actually, so go for it.
Oh no, Boone is in chats. Mentioned a few moments ago that he thinks he's healed from last night. So those weekend blues and possible wildcard thoughts may have left Booner's head. All been well and good. Maybe we'll find out later on. And he wanted to send out a big shout out to some of the community that have helped him this week. So it's just wise advice from his team, FPL Tom, FPL Little Saints. Cheers for the private messages, chaps. So that's what the Discord's there for helping out members of the community. It doesn't matter whether you're a popular member, whether you're a regular member. It doesn't matter. It's there for all of us to chat with each other, give each other advice. And it's to be honest with you, Jason, it's one of those things that I keep hearing from a lot of the community, which is the Discord just seems to be there to bring positivity. Yeah, it's a support. It's people supporting each other with their decisions on FPL really. And like if you've got something to say, then you can share it with other people, hear what they have to say, and generally speaking, it's just an array of subjects that are discussed as well. I mean, FPL is the main one, but there's always people chilling out in the voice, and it's a real likable place to be. Really, I've been on other Discord servers, and we've kind of got a really good community growing where there's no toxicity, which is key, I think. But I just want to say quickly before that Nick Reed is in chat, and he says he forgives me, which is good. And my cousins, my nephew's tuning in, so hello Dylan. But yeah.
No, I was just going to say, just to remind everybody quickly that Jason has put up a poll in the Discord. Basically, it's about your community team. In other words, do you want to make a transfer this week? Yes or no? And if yes, then which position do you want to change? And then we can take it from there. I just want to address one of our regulars, Niall Scott McWall, just saying we're becoming one of the evening routines and he's loving every minute, and a few people agree with him. Can I just put this out here straight away? Maybe Jason, well, I can monitor the chat. What am I on about? I'm personally wanting to do a daily show, whether that's evening or morning. Not me, obviously with Jason as well. But if one of us can't commit to doing it on a daily thing, then it would be a solo show. I'm certainly planning on doing a solo for our Southern Hemisphere friends on either Wednesday morning or Thursday morning, because, like I said, I want to reward those guys for giving us their support and everything. But it'd be just interesting to hear from you guys, if you just of interest, if you'd be interested in a daily Elite FPL show. It's just a thought process out loud, Jason. I don't want you panicking, thinking, "Oh my God, what's he doing?" I just want to get a general idea from the community right now, what people are thinking. So let's get on with it.
Steve-O, I mean, do you just live on Red Bull or something, like Pro Plus? Like the energy that you've got is just unbelievable. Like,
mate, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but like I've got no hobbies in my life. I hate the gym world. As much as like I go to the gym, I cannot stand the gym world, and I hate talking about it. There are various other things that, music, for example, I absolutely love, but I don't really like. There's no platform for me to flame and talk about. The only thing I do is go into gigs and everything. When it comes to fantasy football, I'm sorry, but like the tie-in with real life football, and there's just so much to talk about. At the end of the day, I was part of of the fantasy football scout. I used to go on there all the time, and then after a period of time, I just got more and more. I've completely forgotten the word, but we've now built something, and people are here showing their support. They're wanting to talk fantasy football. You and I just sit back and just go, "What do you want to talk about?" And then we just get people in chat and they just talk and we just sit here. It's absolutely brilliant. There's something to talk about every single day about fantasy football, and I'm just willing to, give back to the community, really. But and in answer to your question, it's not Red Bull, it's coffee and Coke, sugar-free, of course.
Coffee.
Sugar-free.
I hope not at the same time.
So yeah, absolutely, yeah. Thank you to if anybody is a gym YouTube follower. If anybody knows Carly Muscle, they'll understand the coffee and Coke combination. But I will never ever drink sugar Coke. I only do the sugar-free Coke with coffee, because with sugar, just a warning to anybody that is even thinking of doing it, do not do that whatsoever. That is a serious warning. Do not do that whatsoever. You could get serious consequences from that, and I can assure you. So that's completely non-topic wise. Let's get on with the community league. It's free to everybody about the whole world, and straight away, Dereco, DQ. 121 points, and I cannot believe that after Saturday night he was sat 53rd in the world, and now he's dropped down to 22,000 despite getting 120.
All the way down to 22,000.
Oh no, sorry.
No, he's 590, isn't he?
590. What was I looking at? Sorry, I don't know what I was looking at.
Yeah, he's 590.
So yeah, he triple captain Sterling, and the funny thing is with you guys, everybody, is that this is his second team. This isn't the one that he put in the Cash Mini League. You're all very lucky. So he triple captain Sterling. I'm sure Jason's got up on screen now. But for people on audio, some of his differentials, Dunk and Harry Kane and Aubameyang all coming in through as well. So 121 points, 590th in the world. I'm going to find it hilarious, Jason, if Dereco ends up doing really well with this team, but nothing comes out of it. Yeah, in our Cash Mini League, I'd love it if he failed.
Saying that, I mean, like, literally, yeah, you guys are all rivals to us, but you know, so if you come here asking for advice, then you know we're gonna go and tell you to bring in.
Someone mentioned right at the start of the chat that they hit the wildcard button. I was like, really, wildcard? Reality, I'm thinking, brilliant. I'm glad you wildcarded. You're just a rival, and it just plays into people like mine and Jason's hands. It's absolutely brilliant. On to second place, Darren Walsh, 114 points. Played his bench boost, though, and on his bench, fair play to you, Darren. Origi and Nick Pope coming in for you there. And to be honest with you, Jason, getting 20 points off a bench boost, really, really good return.
Yeah, I mean, that's just mental. I play a bench boost game week 1. It's something which I hadn't even thought about doing that. And it's paid off with Origi and Pope getting in the points. So, yeah, I mean, it's given him a good boost at the start of the season. Do I think that he's going to be behind when the double game weeks come and people play their bench boost then? Possibly. Yeah, so it's one of those where how you look at it really, points gained now in compared to points lost, you know, the second half of the season.
Capping Gaming, can we all show the love to these guys with a nice heart? And everybody's now throwing in their heart emojis. Thank you everybody for your support as ever.
Thank you to Capkin as well, because Capkin's been joining us and been on air with us a few times. He ended the last season with us on a live stream. It's always a pleasure to have him on, and you know, and you guys should know who he is, and yeah, he's awesome.
Remember that advice he gave us as well? Obviously, I'm speaking to you, Capin, but to everybody else, his advice was this: just do what you're doing, just enjoy it. And that's what I say, a slight tangent, but that's what I say about the gym world. People just complicate the gym world so much and people don't enjoy it. Just do it simple. Same with this. Same with all this YouTube malarkey. Just enjoy the process and you will reap the rewards later. And I feel, Jason, we are moving in that right direction. Anyhow,
we've got a very philosophical Steve-O tonight. I mean, last night it was the angry Steve-O. Tonight we've got the philosophical.
Well, we'll talk to Boona about it in a minute. But you know, when you just like have reflection on like the game week's finished now, it's gone. Everything, all that. It's like you said about Nick Reed. He got 104 points. As amazing as that's been, that was just game week 1. Geordie Kev, Kev Statman, you've got about 500,000 names. He made this point as well last night on the stream when I listened back to it, which was quite simply this. He got 60 points, but next week he could be the one that gets in the 80s, and people like you and I, Jason, and various others are in the 60s. You know, that's what FPL is all about. You're just swapping and changing. I'm just looking forward to hearing from Boona, who was on an absolute downer yesterday, and he was thinking of using his wild card potentially. So yeah, on to third spot in the community mini league. Again, a lot of these guys have all used their chips. Triple captain played, put it on Salah, playing a 5-4-1. It's all template players, Elite FPL template players, but well done to you. But Harry Kane in that fight, I'm glad he's gone with that. That's what I always advise. If you're going to go with a 5-4-1, have a premium striker up top. And that team there, when you look at it, brilliant. An absolute fantastic 5-4-1 formation.
Interesting to see if he changes to Aubameyang in game week 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And then finally, on to fourth spot in the free mini league. It is Darwin in Ding Dang, in Jin. Yeah, you get the idea with that. Darwin.
Vroom Air, his name is.
Vroom Air, yeah. Triple captain Sterling. Well done to you, pal. And look at that differential there. Well, a couple, really. Boona's ears will prick up here. Ndombele, Maitland-Niles, Aubameyang, Patrizio. I mean, brilliant. But then he's got Matinho, Gundogan, Fleck.
If I'd have seen that team get on Friday night on the pre-deadline, I'd been like, yeah, I'm not really expecting much from that team. You've got a few players in there, and obviously you got 12 more points than I did. So there you go. That's FPL for you, isn't it?
Just to let you guys know, for the Elite FPL community team, you ended on 88 points, and in the special mini league that you're part of. By the way, I've entered you guys into the free mini league for the Elite FPL. We are 4th out of 14 teams, and we're 10 points off top spot. So well done to you guys, 88 points. Congratulations on that. And once again, I want to remind you that in the poll and Discord, there is a poll for you guys if you want to make a transfer this week. If yes, which position do you want to change? And then we will take it from there.
Currently, the answer is yes. And the leading position at the moment, with 15 votes, overwhelmingly is the striker spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye out for the polls as we go through the podcast, and obviously we'll react to those, and we'll do the transfer accordingly. The next step would be, if there is going to be a transfer, we'll be then picking the player. So that's where we're standing at the moment. Looks just about likely we're going to be doing a transfer. Wow.
Very, very interesting there. And like you said, Jason, we'll just quickly go over our teams just as quickly as possible. We don't need to really, because we've been going over our teams. But congratulations, mate. Feeling confident? You're 8th in the Cash Mini League?
I'm just keeping quiet. I'm not going to start.
Come on.
Nah, there's 37 more weeks, Steve-O. And like you said, next week I'll get 60 points and everyone else can get 70, 90 points, whatever.
6 points off top. Come on, you must be smugly thinking, I run this channel and I'm going to be winning this mini league. Come on, get off your chest.
That's not how I play things. That's not how I play the game, Steve. You know that. I'm much more kind of a humble FPL manager that doesn't want to kind of brag about my position in the league. It's unlike you, Steve.
I would never brag. I never brag, but I would have a go at people for, let's just say, I did do well this week, but if I was up there with people like yourself, Mr. Reed, Charlie, etc., and it was a player which I had been banging on about, but people were dismissing, I'd have had a right go back. But obviously, unfortunately, I can't, because I'm down in where? 44th.
All right, Steve. All right. I was telling you about Wan-Bissaka, right, all pre-season, and you were like, nah, not convinced to buy it.
Well, actually, hold a minute. I had him in my team until I changed it to a 3-5-2. I think he's a very good pick. I've said this. I've actually agreed with you. There's no... can't get around that. I've actually agreed with you that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a very good... What I will say...
Well, actually, you were saying, if I remember rightly, when people were bringing up teams on the RMT, bringing them in with Wan-Bissaka, and you were like, another one with Wan-Bissaka in. Obviously, been listening to Jason.
Yeah, of course, because people are listening to what you're saying, and they're taking your advice, and they're respecting your opinion, and it's good. I'm actually, what I'm saying is that it's a good thing that these people are listening to what you're saying, because it shows that you have the knowledge of particular players to be like, take this player. If you bring him in, people like me, I didn't act on the advice per se. I did. But I changed my formation. The point being, though, is that people have taken your advice, and I've just reflected it by saying, more people are picking Aaron Wan-Bissaka because of what the information you gave. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I get you. Fist bump to all the Aaron Wan-Bissaka managers out there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right. So back to the actual content. 98 points. Really thrilled. Couldn't have asked for a better start, and no chips used. So yeah, let's move on to your team.
Yeah, just like I said, 88 points. I'm happy with it. Is there a thought process where I'm thinking of doing a transfer? I'm not going to lie. The simple answer is yes. It's a question of who. I'm looking at Pope. I'm looking at Fraser. They're the two main ones where I'm thinking moving forward. I think I'd rather have... Pope to Adrian looks so appealing. 4.5. On reflection now, Jason, do you think that Adrian at 4.5 has just been put too low?
I think it would have been criminal for the game to put him at like. I think no. I think Adrian's the right price. He's only going to play like, I would say, 4 or 5 games max. I know it's Liverpool. I just think that I think they've priced him fairly, and I'm not sure I'm going to bring him in now. I might just stick with Ryan. Brighton's defense looked pretty solid, and why risk doubling up on Liverpool's defense? I don't know. I'm more tempted to save a free transfer myself. Sorry, just to roll one over.
Yeah, there's another player on my team, Perez. I mean, there was news that came out from Anfield today that Alisson is going to be out for a few weeks, 4 to 5 weeks, I'd take a random guess. But like people are saying in chat, it's only going to be a few games. The reason why I want to take out Pope is because, again, it's hindsight, isn't it? I mean, yeah, he did really well for me, but it's the fixtures. He ain't going to do anything against Arsenal. He may get a couple of save points, but he ain't going to do it. Another player that I'm a bit concerned about is this Gilbert. The Aston Villa manager came out and said that something along the lines of he just wanted to be a bit more defensive against Tottenham. So he may play against Bournemouth, actually, for a bit more. And also, there's news about this. It was FPL Boona, I think, this brought this information to us from Tomo, I forget his name, but he's one of the Planet FPL correspondents. But basically, FPL Boona retweeted his and was talking about Lundstrom. And they were saying that, simply put, that this Lundstrom doesn't look like he's going to start Saturday because, again, they wanted to play a bit more defensive against Bournemouth. And this Saturday, they're going to go a bit more attacking. And, so that's an interesting one to keep our eyes on. Another question for you, Jason. Now I've reflected on what happened yesterday regarding Man U and stuff and everything. It does seem that they were, right, the result stands it is. They won 4-0, fact. They were 1-0 up for a period of time, and then they scored 2 goals in a matter of seconds. Reflecting on yesterday, now you've had time to think about it, do you think United were, quote-unquote, a bit lucky to get away with a 4-0 win / do you think that Chelsea were unlucky not to score?
I think the facts are that Chelsea didn't defend very well and United exposed them on the break a few times. I think the 4-0 flattered United. I agree. I think this, if the score ended 2-0 or 3-0, then I think that would have been a fair result. Chelsea could have easily have had a chance to score. I mean, they had some great chances, but also United defended really well in periods as well. I think that it would have been a fair result if the game had ended 3-1. I think that would have been a fair result. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's, if you're not putting your chances away, one team put their chances away, the other team didn't. That's football.
Oh, I mean, we're not doing a preview. I get that. We're just creating conversation. Are you not necessarily worried, but do you think that people knee-jerking in Martial, as an example, should kind of hold back a bit and think it's Wolves next, it's Monday evening, it's a completely different kettle of fish going away to Wolves?
As a United supporter, I would say Martial I'm excited about this season. As an FPL manager, I would say I'm still going to hold off. I wouldn't be tempted to bring him in just yet. It's still too early. You've seen one game week this season. And as history, obviously last season would suggest, it's all very well him doing this, but he goes on like a run of 3 or 4 games and then he just becomes anonymous after that. So just bear in mind that, you've got these people knee-jerking on Martial and not the likes of that, Rashford as well. I mean, you said earlier on about Rashford being a player I wouldn't have recommended people bringing in. I mean, yeah, I would say at the two between Rashford and Martial, obviously a million more for Rashford. I'd be more confident on Rashford just because I think he's just more... I think he's more reliable as an asset than Martial. But, and if this is a but, it's a new season. The attitude in the dressing room makes a massive impact on the players. Paul Pogba kind of seemed like he was playing with a bit of a smile on his face, a bit more upbeat about it. I think it could be a good time to just wait and give it a few more weeks before we jump on the Martial train. See how he does. Thank you for the subscribe, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah, of course. If anybody is watching this for the first time and you're enjoying what you're seeing, just hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we are pretty much a daily show, and so if you like talking all things fantasy football, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. Of course, as ever, hit that like button, guys. Just show your support. It is you hitting that like button is genuinely really, really helping this show. I can assure you now. Also, there was something I was going to say. I've completely forgotten. So, Jason, are there anybody in chat to talk all things fantasy football?
Well, we're just gonna read out some of the comments in chat. So Fantasy Football Focus is saying he's saving his subs. We've got Sterling captaincy currently. It will go into the preview of Game Week 2 later on in the week, but Sterling is up there as being one of the main ones for me. So thank you, Dilly B, for that kind words there. Last week shows that Kevin Walker-Peters is going to get destroyed, says FPL Boona. I saw some interesting stats from Kevin Walker-Peters in Discord, actually. He didn't have a bad game. So lucky that United got a clean sheet, says Vasilis. I mean, again, it's football. I think Wan-Bissaka had an absolute brilliant game. I think Maguire had a decent, really good game. I think ultimately it just comes down to what I said. I mean, one team taking their chances, the other team not. I would say that a fair result would have been 3-1. So yeah, going by that, I think United were lucky to keep a clean sheet. You're right. Steve-O, stay with Wesley, says Nish in chat. He's giving a bit of advice. Don't transfer Wesley out. He may be doing that as a rival, of course, though. But I do think Wesley have got some great fixtures. I won't be transferring.
Do you know what? I actually thought that as well. I saw that and was like, I'm wondering if you're a rival of ours in the Cash Mini League. That's how we're thinking, guys.
Zulu Ninja. I mean, earlier on, we were talking about my decision to keep Ryan or whether to transfer him out to Adrian. A few guys commented on that. Capkin saying Ryan is OP. Simon in chat saying Adrian's not worth it. Keep Ryan, says Zulu. He's a beast. How long is Allison out, Switch Dude? Probably 4 to 6 weeks, it looks like. But yeah, just trying to get through all the comments. I think I got through most of them then. Should I captain Aubameyang, says Paul Gray in chat. If I had Aubameyang in my team for Game Week 2, I probably would be tempted to put the captaincy on him, yes. If you've got him in your team.
Papa Smurf obviously asking the popular question on a bandwagon player of McGinn. Thoughts on McGinn? I think that I think he's a wait and see. He scored a goal versus Tottenham. Fair play. FPL Boona was there at the match. Said that he was really lively and everything. But I think, as Jason said earlier on, it's only Game Week 1, and we see such random. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute McGinn's random. But
flashes in the pan.
I just think I shouldn't be saying this as a rival. Here we go. There's another quote for everybody to put on a T-shirt. But I think that as genuine, serious advice, unless you've got Alisson or I don't know, somebody that really does look like they're not going to start, I suggest do a transfer. Other than that, I think wait till Game Week 3. I tell you what, I don't know if you've seen the fixtures for Game Week 3, Jason. I know we're going to be going off a bit of a tangent, but Game Week 3 fixtures are absolutely fantastic, and that really is going to be a week of differential captaincy choices. You've got Liverpool at home to Arsenal, Man City away at Bournemouth, Spurs at home to Newcastle. These are gold. Chelsea away at Norwich. That's not a bad fixture. Man United at home to Crystal Palace.
That's a great fixture.
It is, and I'll tell you what. I cannot wait for Game Week 3 because they are beautiful fixtures.
Those fixtures are, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at my team and I'm thinking, I'm only a couple of transfers away. Game Week 3. I mean, that's the question about United. Wait to see how they perform. Game Week 2. And look at possibly getting them in for that Palace game. Wolves away is not an easy game. I wouldn't be surprised if that game is like a 1-goal decider. Hopefully a 1-0 win for United. And then wait until obviously the game week after, Game Week 3. That's a real relishing lineup there. I mean, Man United versus Crystal Palace. I don't rate Crystal Palace defence at all. and I think United could have a bit of fun there. It's just these fixtures looking really good.
The Jack C. I'll ask you the question. Would you do the popular transfer, it seems, of Fraser to Martial, Jason? Blimey. Wow.
Fraser to Martial.
We've got a major super chat here, Jason, from Knock. Wow. Oh, from Grill86, sorry. Wow. That. Thank you so much for that donation. That's really, really grateful. Can you hear it, Jason?
Yeah, it's not come through yet. It's not come through just yet, but
okay.
But Grill86, thank you ever so much for that support. It's much appreciated.
I mean, we'll answer his question. Should he keep Origi for game week? In fact, we'll ask everybody here.
It's coming through now, Steve-O.
Here we go.
I've turned off the text to speech as well, because I think it's kind of, it breaks up the podcast when we have to stop. So we're going to kind of love the stream. Should I keep Origi for game week 2? That's the question. And
it's all down to the Super Cup. It's all down to the Super Cup. They're playing on Wednesday. Oh, by the way, Jason, I'm saying something live now. Anybody in chat, and I'll ask you, Jason, as well, is the Super Cup being shown on ITV or ITV4 or anything like that? Do we know?
I'm not sure, actually.
Because if so, I was thinking, shall we do a live stream during that game, maybe?
Hang on, I'll find out.
But that'd be interesting. But going back to the question of should you stick with Origi? I think
it's BT Sport, I think, but I'll double check.
Damn. Okay, fair enough. Well, I think that sticking with Origi for game week 2, it's a tough one. I just wait for the Super Cup. I would like to say yes, but we were asked the question yesterday actually, and I think Kev actually answered it with. I think I'm confusing it with another podcast actually, but point being is that thingamajig, Origi is somebody that does perform well, but Klopp will be more than happy to rest. Klopp, I'm telling you now, Jurgen Klopp is going to be taking this season in the Premier League especially very, very seriously. He's going to want to win that league, and I don't think he's going to take any chances. It's Southampton away next. Not the easiest of fixtures. Well, it is actually. Forget that. It's an easy fixture. Would Klopp, I say, risk playing Origi? Wait for the Super Cup to be over with, and you'll probably get a better inkling into who's going to start for Liverpool, I reckon.
I mean, my answer is the same default answer as I always say. Like, I want to have players that I'm 100% confident of. I know I'm a bit ironic with Zinchenko, but I'm confident he's going to start. I don't want to be, waking up on Saturday, finding out that certain players not. I personally would want to have a person that I knew was going to be guaranteed almost 90 minutes every game.
Any issues with the stream, Jason, or not?
I don't think there's any issues whatsoever in the stream.
Okay.
No.
Just had a comment coming, a couple of comments that seem to be approaching thingy. Yeah, that's the point. Vasilis98 saying about Mane will probably start on a Saturday. Yeah, I do agree with that. But I think for 5.5, and I reckon you could make some money actually on Origi, because he's going to go up in price at some point because a load of people bring him in. So I think, hold him, and you never know. He could actually come off the bench and actually score for you. It's like somebody has just said here, actually. Maybe play him, but make sure you keep Origi if you have a playing bench player and start Origi. That was from Fast Air, and I actually agree with that. I think that it did. I mean, at the end of the day, your punt has paid off beautifully in against Norwich. So straight away, it's paid off. So it's down to whether you want to make that transfer or not, really. Oscar James, Dunk or Gilbert for game week 2? Dunk. Just go with Dunk. At least he's a safe option. I'm a bit concerned about this Gilbert, to be honest with you. It's Arafat saying Gilbert wasn't even on the bench. Yeah, we've just talked about that. Dean Smith has come out and said that he felt that he's a bit too attacking and wanted to go a bit defensive against Tottenham. So, yeah. Should I keep Pereira, Ashmere, May? It's Watford at the end of the day. I mean, I wouldn't have taken him in the first place. But, again, should you keep him? If you can swap him to someone maybe McGinn, possibly. But I've been hearing reports, Jason, that Watford weren't that great at all on Saturday.
No, they weren't. I mean, I'm not I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but I know that a lot of people were thinking about Watford and the fixtures. I just don't want to risk having any of their players in my team. I think you can get better elsewhere, and people that have got Watford in, I mean, I don't want you to rush transfer any of them out. I just, it's just, I'm not overly convinced by them.
FPL Little Saints is in the waiting room. We are a calling show, everybody, so we do want to take your calls. Get in that Discord waiting room, and we can get you live on there, and we can just get things off your chest and talk all things fantasy football. So, is the FPL Little Saints there?
Yeah,
has he gone?
He's here. He's got his headphones and microphone muted, so we're waiting hopefully for him to unmute himself. And then, here we go. Here he comes. Hello, FPL Little Saints. Welcome. You're live on air with myself and Steve-O. How you doing?
Evening, lads.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from you for a while. You haven't been live on air. Where have you been?
Yeah, I had a few problems this game week. Well, problems, should I say? I had guests over during the Liverpool game. Then the weekend games, I was just watching the games, and then I had to be out. So I've catched up with the streams, but I just couldn't catch them live.
Okay, so can you remind everybody how you did this week? Have you posted your team in the Rate My Team recently?
I haven't. I'll post it right now.
More importantly, you're part of the Cash Mini League, aren't you?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh, okay, fair enough.
The reason being is because I'm in a few Cash Mini leagues already, and before I even just basically entered them before I came across you guys.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and not only that, one of them is quite a steep one. So
that's fine.
Talking of which, Jason, have you come up with the prize winnings, the breakdown of what we do? We need to discuss that privately.
The preview, Game Week 2 preview that we'll do. We will announce the breakdown, guys.
Brilliant.
I promise.
Excellent.
All right.
There we are, everybody. Breaking.
So it's a 93 score.
A 93.
Brilliant.
Ooh, nice.
Well done.
Yeah, but I'm vexed because basically Jota and Wilson let me down, and
Wilson let you down. You got to return.
Jota and Perez. Sorry, my bad.
You can't have all 11 players. You can't have all 11 players getting your returns, mate.
Exactly. The downside to that was obviously with my the mini league that I'm in, the Cash Mini League, I was well in front, and then just like out of the blue, last 5 minutes, Kane does a brace, and then Aaron Wan-Bissaka just like pulls out a clean sheet, which they should at least let him one. That vexed me even more. So from a 40-point gap, I dropped it down to 15. Okay, fair enough, but yeah, can't have it all.
Listen, dude, listen. Right, this is my opinion. I don't get this. I don't get this whole. I'm vexed. I got 92 points because Harry Kane scored a goal. No. Hang on a minute. Hang on. We've had people that have had like 70 points. We had poor Phil that's got like just over 50 points who was on the stream. I mean, you've almost doubled their score and you're vexed. I mean, I think I have to say I can't just hold off and say right now that you should be really happy with this score. A lot of people didn't get that much. So yeah, I would say well done to you first and foremost, and put a smile on your face. Turn that frown upside down, my friend.
First of all, that was for my boy Steve-O to wind you up. First of all, let's be honest. Yeah, 93 is a really, really good score. Let's not beat behind the bush. It's right up there. It's a good start. Rolling on to Game Week 2. It's already that's behind us now. So my problem is, as I've tweeted it out as well, I tweeted to Boona and everything as well, is that my first problem was going into Game Week 1 was my punt on Lucas Moura.
It's paid off.
It's paid off, but I already knew that I was going to get him out Game Week 2.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, that's good. So the plan's going well. Okay.
Yep. The thing is now is who to get in for Lucas Moura. The two candidates that I've got now, and obviously some people are calling them a bandwagon, but obviously if someone does well, obviously they're going to say it's a bandwagon. So the two players I'm actually interested in is Martial for a straight swap, and basically McGuinn. So, and by doing McGuinn, that just banks me 2 million for game week 3.
I think.
So, I'm not sure, to be honest.
Were you hearing a discussion between both of those players earlier, like a few minutes ago? I bet they are punts at this stage in the season. They are punts, and I see what you mean by banking the money and using it in future transfers. I think that's that fixture, isn't it? Tottenham City. I just think a lot of people are unloading on Tottenham. I think McGuinn, people are laughing in chat. We got obviously Boona getting rid of both of his picks in Tottenham as well. I just think that I think you've got other options there you can bring in other than McGinn and Martial. That's personally my opinion. But do you have to make the transfer? Do you have to make the transfer?
Well, if I'm gonna bench Mora, then who do I bring in? Like you said before, Lundstrom is probably not gonna play this game week, so it'll be Dendonka.
Well, he had a goal ruled off from VAR. I mean, yeah, it was ruled off, but
very true, very true. I don't know yet. Obviously, we're gonna wait until at least like come Friday. So we'll see.
It's a really awkward price point, isn't it? Let's be honest with you. It's an awkward price point. I mean, if you had 0.5 more, I'd be telling you to get Sigurdsson in.
Well, to be honest, before the Liverpool game, like about 2 hours before my guests came round, I didn't have Van Dijk in my team. I had Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
And I had a 4 million in the bank.
4 million or 1 million?
1 million.
Right.
So,
yeah, of course.
And then last minute, I thought, nah, I can't. I've got to have Van Dijk in my team. So I obviously it's paid off, let's say. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this team. It's just that Lucas Moore, anxious about him, especially after they've got City now. And then in game week 3, I'm not sure he will start as Song comes back.
Yeah, I can see.
So that was my intention anyway. So even if I had Kane in, I would have done the same.
Okay.
And to be honest, and I watched the game as well, and I feel Villa really, really good and basically kind of unlucky.
Well, I think a few people in chat are saying, are kind of echoing what I'm saying. Like, do you really need to make that transfer? Moore can still do something against City.
Yeah, he could, but not likely.
But okay, I mean, the thing is, it all depends on how much you value that transfer. I mean, if you're going to take Moore out and bring in McGinn, for example, is McGinn going to be a mainstay in your team for a few game weeks, or is it going to be another one that you're going to transfer out the week after, or the week after next? I mean, that's another thing where you've got to kind of factor in, where are you just bringing these in for almost just for one game week, or are you looking at the fixtures, say, oh, Aston Villa, great fixtures, bring him in, and then save the money and then invest elsewhere?
Well, to answer your question, there's something you haven't seen in my team yet.
Well, the fact that you've got the heating on the bench.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you got the 0.5 on the bench.
Well, no, not the 0.5. Is that I've got the 2 rotating goalkeepers. So if I'm bringing Heaton in, so that means I'm actually going for the long run with Villa with the good greens.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind. And I saw the game. McGuinn was brilliant. He was everywhere. So. And coming back to the Tottenham against City next game week, I didn't really like Tottenham. Like, they didn't really do anything for me as City though, they will cut. If Spurs basically defend like they're defending against Villa, they again it could easily be another 5 for City.
I'm saying now, I think you should stick with Mora. That's my answer. That's my opinion. Steve-O?
Yes, I like I said, I think that you've made a plan. You should stick with it. You should stick with your plan.
There's not a better. I mean, at that price point, there's no better options that I can see. I mean, yeah, you watch him, McGinn will probably end up scoring a brace now. But I honestly think that, in my opinion, I would stick with Mora. Just and just bank that transfer. Bank your transfer. Go into game week 3 with 2 free transfers.
So basically, you're both 50-50 on that.
No, I'm probably 70-30. I'm keeping Mora in my team.
What I mean is, Jason, you say keep Mora, but Steve is saying keep with my plan, which my plan was anyway to get rid of Mora game week 2.
Steve-O?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a question or not.
So Steve-O says stick with your plan. So just stick with your plan.
Yeah. At the end of the day, there is something that I've learned. Just to let you know, you may want to read the chat, Jason, about the buffering issues. But if everything seems to be okay regarding the issues, then we'll just persist. But anyway, because this is a wonderful conversation. I just think that something that I have learned for this season is I'm sticking with my plan of going with players with good fixtures. And yes, there are a couple of players in my team where I'm thinking, I wish I'd got this player now instead. For the most simplest example would be, I wish I just stuck with Ryan instead of Pope, changing it to Pope, just as a very simple example. But do I really want to waste the transfer reality on Pope to whoever? The answer is no. So I'm happy to wait out this game week 2, see what I get, and then I can assess where my team stands. If you hold on, Little Saints, to your team as it is now, stick to it. Come game week 3, you've got you've got unlimited transfers, but the point being you've got 2 free transfers. You could do maybe a mini wildcard taking a -4, even a -8 if you're really not happy with your team. But I honestly, I would stick to what your plan is. If you said you were going to get rid of Lucas Moura, then my advice would probably be to bring in a player who you think is in a bit of form, and it looks like you could either do a straight swap to Martial or go with McGinn. Off the top of my head, based on what I've read, based on what I've seen, I reckon McGinn is probably your best option rather than Martial.
I want to say quickly, I've been reading comments in chat. I've had the stream running since I started, and I'm telling you now, I've not had a single buffering issue. You guys have been coming through the chat fine. I don't know if it's a YouTube issue that currently, maybe a YouTube problem.
I've had it as well, Jake. I've had it as well.
I've got people in chat saying that their stream's been fine for them. So maybe it's just selected, I don't know, select amount of people that are having issues. So maybe I would say if you're having issues, just restart the stream, just close the app down, restart it again. That would be my advice. I mean, like I said, my phone's been going on since we started the stream, and it's still going. I haven't touched it. So, anyway, sorry about that.
Yeah, I was having, just to say what you were saying, Jason. I've had problems with the stream as well. It crashed for like 5-6 seconds.
Yeah. I
refreshed it, and it's been buffering for a few minutes, but.
Yeah,
fair enough.
My CPU, my CPU is running at 30%. I've not had a single drop frame, and I'm broadcasting at 7,214 bits. So I'm all green all around here. So thank you ever so much, Little Saints, for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
You're welcome. Hopefully, I can catch a stream live again. It's been a hectic weekend.
No, that's brilliant.
Sounds good to me.
Jason,
sounds good to
sorry.
me.
Hey.
Cheers, buddy. Right, so we've got a load of people wanting to come on. We've got a new. I just want to kind of prioritize a few of the new guys that have come in here. We've got a couple of new guys wanting to talk. We're going to try and bring them on, and they've not been on the show before. But George Jones 01, he's got his microphone muted at the moment. He's live on air now on the Elite FPL, calling with myself and Steve-O.
Hello.
How you doing, George? How you doing, buddy? I believe it's your first time on the show. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm new.
Welcome. Are you new to the community as well?
Yeah, just this weekend.
Just this weekend. All right. So did you join us on the Friday night live stream for the deadline, or did you join us after that? Oh wow. Welcome to be welcome. You. It's amazing that the community is growing. So, did you post your team at all in the RMT?
I don't know.
No worries. So George, how do you like the content? Are you enjoying the streams?
Yeah, it's good to get insight into more FPL stuff.
Okay, cool. No worries. If I could just ask you to speak up a little bit, you're a little bit quiet. I've turned you up to 200%, so hopefully you guys can hear on the stream. If you want to post your team in the Discord, that'd be great. So obviously you're a new member of Discord. Are you enjoying the Discord?
Yeah, sure. First time I've used it, but yeah, it's good.
Cool. Nice.
How was your game week?
He's gonna fight. His game week was good. What was the score? What was your overall score, George?
88.
88, a great score. Obviously, you got the popular picks of Wilson and King up front. I'm going top down now. Perez, Sterling, Salah, Bernardo. Oh, the Bernardo Silva travesty.
Yeah.
You must have been gutted.
Yeah, but I got the points from Lundstrom, but still only 3.
Yeah, I mean, on another day, Bernardo Silva would have played that game, and it's just, I mean, great for Mahrez, being able to get those a hat trick of assists, and it's going to cause question marks for Bernardo Silva owners going forward, whether or not he's now going to be a bit of a risk. Your back four did all right all round. I mean, with Robertson obviously the only one that didn't return, Zinchenko, Van Dijk, Digne getting you the points, and then Matt Ryan in goal, another popular pick, Matt Ryan. So yeah, 88 points. You've got to be happy. Are you set for game week 2?
I'm thinking stick with team now, and then game week 3, Bernardo out for Son and Wilson out for Jota maybe.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, getting Son in for Bernardo is good. Yeah, it's a nice balanced team. I mean, that's very sensible transfers. But yeah, So that's your plan then. So stick with the team now, get your free transfer, and then bring in Son game week 3 and Jota in for Wilson. You got
I mean, the fixtures are looking all right, except from Perez against Chelsea, but
Chelsea's defence are a bit rocking at the moment. So that game we could score a few goals, all being well and good.
Yeah, unless Perez is on the wing again.
Wow. But let's hope that he isn't. But George, thank you for coming on, buddy. We're going to try and get through as many callers as we can. I look forward to speak to you again and finding out how you do for game week 2. Cheers, George. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
That's awesome. George, I know that Shrey's in here. Shrey Patel is in here. He's been in chat as well. It's his first time coming on air. Shrey Patel, you're live on the FPL call-in with Steve-O and myself, Jason, and this is, I believe, it's your first time in the community on chat, I believe, and also in Discord. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct, actually. Yeah.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. It's a good evening having a lot of new faces show up. And how was your game week, Shrey?
I did decent. I got like 91 points. I'm going to show my team right now.
Decent. 91 points is more than decent. That's very good.
Thank you.
It's a very good score.
I actually love what you're doing. Thanks, obviously to the community. Shout out Phil. He's helped me a lot, actually. Very good.
Brilliant.
Oh, brilliant. That's what we want. That's what we want to hear at the end of the day.
Shame he can't help himself.
Savage right there.
Well, yeah, if you don't know, Phil has not had the best of game weeks, but he's going to bounce back game week 2 because he's got differentials on all of us.
He said he's going to beat us all, so I can't be having that.
He's an excellent guy. I think he might, without Salah and Sterling, definitely.
Well, it's different, isn't it? It's brave. If I could say, fill in one word is brave. So we've got Edison in goal. I like that's Edison goal, great pick. I mean, I'm not for premium goalkeepers, but if I was going to get one, it would definitely be Edison. He pulled off those double saves and got good points. Button is the kind
Button's actually not my goalie. I changed that to Ryan last minute, like 5 minutes right before the deadline. So
you have got
Ryan instead.
Oh, you have got Ryan in. Okay. Why?
Ryan, I just thought he was good. I got recommended by many friends.
Wait, so you've got Edison and Ryan?
I got Edison and Ryan. Yeah, I know Ryan scored more points, but he's still on my bench, so it wasn't that good of a decision, I think.
So going forward, are you going to rotate them?
I'm actually thinking of just keeping it how it is. I've been suggested to get rid of Edison, but I'm focusing more on the defense because I'm thinking of getting rid of Robertson, putting in Pereira. And then Fraser and Wilson, I might get rid of them, put in De Bruyne.
You didn't think that you could spend that 0.5 elsewhere then?
I was just rushing it last moment. So
right. Okay.
Didn't make a good choice when it comes out.
Okay. Well, it's. I mean, 88 points. I mean, who am I to say any different? I mean, or no, 90. Was it 91 points?
Yeah, 90. Yeah, 90 points.
90 points. Okay. Wan-Bissaka, Kelly, Digne, Robertson, Van Dijk. I mean, that's pretty. I've seen lots of teams with that back line there. Obviously, Robertson, the only one really that didn't bring anything in at the starting four.
True.
I
was going to go with Trent actually, but all my Liverpool friends said go Robertson, so I should have went with the guy actually on that one.
Go with your gut. Always go with your gut, as Steve-O would attest to. Fraser, Salah, Sterling, Perez. Now, it looks very familiar to a lot of teams. I think you're set. I mean, you're set for game week 2. There's no fires that I see in your team that you need to put out. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
I'm thinking for game week 3, that's when I'm going to do all my changes. So I get 4 points deducted instead of 8. And then I just wanted to ask you lot what you thought, and also when I went and used the wild card.
4 points deducted instead of 8 game week 3. Are you thinking of making 3 transfers?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, making 3 transfers. I was going to get rid of Robertson, Fraser and Wilson.
Wow. Okay, and bring in who?
And bring in Pereira, De Bruyne, and then that's what I was thinking of the striker who to bring in, because I was told to bring in maybe Rashford. I also heard Son's very good at bringing in points, like last season did very good. So that's what I'm trying to work out what I'm going to do.
And obviously you can use the results of game week 2 to kind of decide what players you're going to be bringing in. Okay, Steve-O, you were going to say something, Steve-O.
Yeah, I just want to ask about the Shane Long pick. That was a guy who everybody was bringing in on literally the day of the launch of the game, and then everybody found out he basically wasn't going to play for Southampton. And yeah, what made you persist, Shane Long?
I'm not going to lie to you, it was an auto pick selection because I did not know who to bring in for the subs, so it was just auto pick.
Okay.
I didn't have enough.
And I'm assuming you're playing.
Wasted it all on mid and defense.
I'm assuming you're playing a 4-5-1 formation.
5-4-1.
So you got Kelly's punch, did you?
Yes.
Well done to you.
Yeah, because I didn't trust Ndonka that good, so I just kept with the full-on defense 4 and then the 1.
Nice.
That's probably the reason why I luckily got 90 points, probably.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So 90 points game week 1. Amazing.
And they reckon he's going to lose his place to Gary Cahill. Didn't play on the weekend or something. I forget what it was now, but yeah, I think he's going to lose his place on Saturday, I believe. But who knows? Brilliant score. Well done to you. Yeah. And I think you've got a good plan moving forward, and it'd be good to hear from you in game week 3 or whatever.
I'll come back in game week 3. And I also wanted to ask, what's your opinion on using Arsenal players? Because I'm a very strong Arsenal fan and I have no Arsenal players.
I think my opinion on Arsenal is they are going to score very well this season with the players that they've got in their team. I think Arsenal, I said pre-season, I think Arsenal are going to be a great candidate for the early wildcarders, game week 4, 5, 6. I mean, when we see the likes of Pepe starting to perform, when we see, obviously, Aubameyang's going to be scoring, I will see the early wildcard as possibly shifting players in from Arsenal. And we haven't even talked about Ceballos yet. We don't know exactly where he's going to feature in the team. What sort of position he's going to take up? Is he going to be an attacking midfielder? I think he will be. A bargain price at 5.5. I think people wanting to kind of ease their way in may think about getting rid of Perez and bringing in Ceballos maybe, or being a bit more bolder and freeing up funds to go from Fraser, like yourself, freeing up those funds, go to Fraser to Pepe perhaps. But yeah, it's a wait and see for Arsenal. It always has been for me.
I think it's a bit too early as well. Too early for Arsenal.
Steve-O, would you like to put your opinion on Arsenal?
I just think Aubameyang. That is all I've got to say.
It's a lot of money to free up to get him there, isn't it? That's the thing. He's. But
what teams do you support? I didn't really catch that. What teams do you both support?
I'm Man United supporter, and Steve-O supports
Burnley. So
Good mix.
good result on Saturday. Well done to you. That'll be
Very good.
a close 2-1 as ever, or 3-1. But congratulations. You're going to go second in the league.
I actually haven't even joined the Elite FPL league. I actually might do that now, actually. But, yeah.
Well, hopefully
The code's on the screen.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
But thank you ever so much, Trey. I appreciate you stopping
Yeah,
in and
great
joining
call.
us this evening.
Thank you with your excellent advice, and I'm just lucky that I'm ahead of you guys who are like gods to this game, and I'm just a noob.
Well, you're ahead of Steve, but you're not ahead of me.
Oh, well, sorry.
50%. Right, see you there, buddy.
Can I just talking of the community, a really nice comment coming from Lekanidowu. This is the first time live on here. Good job, lads. Got 91 points from the fixture history you guys shared. Thank you. That's nice to hear that someone unlike me that doesn't use our own history went with it, and I'm assuming you captain Sterling. Fair play to you. Well done.
Wow. Well, absolutely. I'm really kind of one of those people that are like, just kicking myself that I didn't captain Sterling, really. And I think history says a lot, and I'll be paying more attention to it going forward. We've got a few more people wanting to join us this evening. We've got Anish, Amandillan, K-Boy. Is it K-Boy? Keyboy? Stein, is it? Stein? I haven't spoke to Stein for a while. I want to speak to Stein. So Stein is now on air live on the Elite FPL call-in. Welcome, Stein. It's been a while since I last spoke to you. Stein, how have you been faring game week 1?
It's really funny, Jason. I scored 73, by the way, so I'm quite happy with that.
So what do you think about these people that are coming on scoring 88, 90 points, saying that they're feeling vexed, they're not happy with the team, they're going to make some transfers? What do you want to say to those people?
Stop showing off, really. I mean, what's going to happen when you get those weeks when you score 44? We've all had them, eh? Stop showing off.
Can I just say that this is game week 1 reflection over the standings of the mini league, and we're already getting our digs in, and Jason's getting quite aggressive. I'm loving it. Michael Monroe, 199 donation. Thank you. You really didn't have to, but thank you so much for that. Finished with 95 points, and Sterling wasn't my captain. Yeah, there are a few people that didn't captain Sterling and got into the high 90s and 100s. Congratulations. Well done, my friend. Sorry, Stein, you were saying.
That's right. I've got a funny story for you, lads. My team that I entered in probably about 3-4 weeks ago, and during my time of being bored, I made a second team and entered the second team into the competition, not into the leagues or anything like that, but just into the general competition. And it so happens that team scored 93, and the team that I thought I had perfect scored 73. So there you go.
My maths is terrible. Is the 352 the 93 one?
No, that's the 73 one.
That's his team. That's his team.
So the 433.
So yeah, it was the 433 that actually scored 93 points. I think it's 90 odd points or wherever it is. I'm not sure, but I'm happy with both scores, to be honest with you, Steve. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good score. If we were to get this type of score every week, I think everyone would be dancing, to be honest.
Yeah, we had it. I said to Jason the other day, and I've said to everybody, it just feels like deja vu. And in fact, someone made a point the other day on a radio show, and they basically said that it just doesn't feel like last season ended. It just seems like we just had the FA Cup, had a bit of pre-season, had a bit of the break, and then we're straight back into it. And it's like as if nothing ever ended. And it's like deja vu. And it's like Jason said, it's all started off again. We've all started off really well. It's about how we build on this. And I mean, I'm looking at your team here. We've all got hindsight now. And the only, you know what? Are you still happy with this Ceballos? Do you think he'll start games and then he'll start providing for those 3 front players in Lacazette, Pepe, and Aubameyang?
Well, I'm not sure, because he looks like the assister to the assister. But again, I'm going to have to give him time. It's his first season. He's only 5.5. And, I'm not really going to be looking at my team again until game week 3. I might shuffle the starters around, yeah, sure. But in terms of making subs, you can't really make your mind up until game week 4 or 5. You know, well, I can't anyway. So I'm not subbing anyone. And to be seeing all of these people, Boona, I mean, he's blown my mind. I can't believe he's really considering a -4. It's game week 1. Someone give him his tablets back.
Well,
Stein,
he said he's calmed down now.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Stein, you should be advising him to use his wild card. At the end of the day, he's your rival. Wink, wink.
No,
Yeah.
Stevie, you're absolutely right. But, you know, it's here's the funny thing. Discord's not like that. Don't know what it'd be like after game week 6 or 8.
But this is in all seriousness. Obviously, we want to give as much advice as possible. But I'm telling you now, if Boona, if on I don't know, Friday evening, and I look at the teams and it says Boona transfers 4, I'd be just rubbing my hands thinking, this is absolutely brilliant. He's taken a minus flaming 12 or whatever. I would be loving it because he's a rival at the end of the day. I wish him all the best coming number 1 in the world. Not, this isn't just on Boona, this is on anybody that's in the Cash Mini League. You're all my rivals. Jason's my rival. Stein, you're my rival. And it's great talking fantasy football. We can have a great conversation about it moving forward. But and it is very difficult to give. I would never ever give bad advice. I would always give my honest. It's like Jason always says, give my honest opinion on that individual's move going forward. You know, I would genuinely give them my honest opinion.
Yeah.
But if they were to say some of the lines of what do you think about a -4, I'd be like, do it. If that's what you want to do, do it. But you're just playing into my hands, you're playing into Jason's hands, and you're playing into everybody else's hands that are in that Cash Mini League. It's the same with somebody, if they were to come to me and say, what do you reckon about Sterling triple captain versus Tottenham? No, I wouldn't bother, but if you want to do it, go for it.
Right.
You know, it's
yeah. I just want to say as well, I think it's really important because we've got quite a lot of people tuning in. We're over 200 viewers.
Wow.
I just want to make a really big point about this. And it's really important that I do. You've noticed that this is the second person tonight that's had 2 teams. I do not condone or endorse multiple teams in the game at all. I don't recommend anyone to do it. It's against the terms of service. Okay, so you run the risk of being suspended off the website. So only make double teams. Well, if you're going to do it, it's entirely your choice. But myself, Steve-O and Elite FPL do not endorse it in any way, shape or form. You run the risk.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But anyway, that wasn't aimed at you, Stein. That was just because a few people in chat were talking about, obviously, the people coming on with multiple teams. But anyway, moving away from that now. So Stein, are you set for game week 2?
Yeah, I have. I've made one substitution, but because you're my rival, I'm not going to tell you. You know, it's only a choice of 3. Well, actually, it's a choice of 2, really, isn't it? Because Gibson and Button are not playing in game week 2. That's for sure.
You not thought about, and now this is me being serious, you not thought about Ceballos to this new bandwagon of McGinn?
No, because my plan at the beginning for Ceballos was to keep him there and make sure that when he does bang, I've got him in my team. I mean, he came on a sub and he was quite lively. He didn't really, I mean, Arsenal were basically walking in that game. They weren't really trying at one point, but I'm just thinking once he gets a few more runners around him, he'll have Tierney on the outside. I mean, he will have David Luiz who can ping a ball into him from the centre backs. I think he'll start playing well, but you've got to give him a chance. I mean, he's only had 20 minutes of Premiership so far. So I'll leave him where he is. Fraser, I was never keen on anyway, but Fraser and Aki are there for the first 2 fixtures. Again, they'll be assessed in game week 4.
They were close to getting a clean sheet. So, you know.
I like your thought process. I like the fact that you're sticking to your guns. You're not going to knee jerk. I respect that, and I look forward to seeing how you do game week 2, my friend.
It'll be 90 points, Jason. Don't worry.
Well, okay. I look forward to. I will look forward to you.
Before you let Stein go, Jason.
Yeah.
Stein, you calling me out live on air, huh? What's going on there?
Buna, calm down, son. Calm down. You cannot take a -4 in game week 1. It's just not on. What are you doing?
Nah, I'm not going to. I don't think I'm going to, should I say.
Oh, do you know what I think? After listening to you now, I think you were just putting that in to wind people up and make people think taking a -4.
Well,
that's going to excite people, not wind people up. I'm their rival at the end of the day.
You're right, actually. I'm taking a -8 this week, lads.
Oh, anyway. Right, thank you, Stein. Appreciate it. Thank you ever so much for coming on air. Appreciate it, guys. Cheers. Buna, while we got you here, are you over your weekend depression, so to speak?
What depression?
There you go. He's over it, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm all good. I'm back.
Well, while we got you here, are you so you're not gonna rip your team apart? You're set for game week 2. Are you saving a transfer at least?
No way. I don't think I'll be saving the transfer. I need to get rid of one of
Walker Peters.
I'm undecided between which Spurs asset to get rid of.
Don't get rid of Mora. Don't get rid of Mora. Get rid of Walker Peters. Not? I don't know. I just got a feeling Mora can do something.
Really?
I do. I've got this weird.
Impression?
Well, I don't know. You're the Spurs fan.
The problem, the question, I don't see a defensive transfer having as much upside. Is my point.
Okay? My question then: who would you transfer? Don't say Martial, but who are you going to transfer Mora to?
Zaha.
Oh my God! Keep Mora.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. You guys give me some advice. Like I was thinking.
Zaha. I'll tell you what. Apparently, according to reports, he looked really lively when he came on the pitch the other day.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, 7 million for a player of his ability, and we know what the kind of points he's returning. They are away at Sheffield United. We all know that Crystal Palace's away form last season was excellent. I'll tell you what, Buna, I think. Oh no, it's not. This week, yeah. I'll tell you what, mate. That sounds like your dilemma solved. If you believe, and I'll tell you what, there was a guy at work, a Spurs fan. He thinks you're going to get absolutely annihilated by City as well, which was quite interesting. And I'll tell you what, mate. Mora to Zaha. Yeah, I like that.
Right, so you got two of us giving you different opinions, right? But I will say now, in fact, if I can remember my point, I'm sure I was just reading chat. I'm not trying to sabotage Block. I'm not trying to sabotage his team. I think, like, my point is, you set your team up, did you not, last week with a plan?
I thought I did, but it's kind of blown out in
one game week has completely changed your plan.
Yeah, I mean, I never saw Mora as a long-term pick anyway. If he'd got a goal and an assist or something, then I'd probably have kept him, but he didn't really inspire me at all. Question though, Steve, I appreciate that positive feedback. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, Vince, you keep laughing. I think actually Zaha could be a good pick. But that I wouldn't want to play Zaha against Lundstrom, who I'm currently playing. So do you think maybe long-term wise, Walker Peters to Coleman for a -4 could be worth it?
Ooh, for a mine. What? So what you're saying is what? Lucas Moura to Zaha and Walker Peters to.
That's correct. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And Everton are away at. No, they're at home to Watford. Ooh, that is a beautiful.
Steve, I just want you to take -4s, Rena.
No.
Is this mind games or are you genuine?
No. In all seriousness, when it comes to stuff like this, I honestly give my own opinion, and for -4 for 2, I think that's an upgrade. I really do think for the fixtures, that's an upgrade, and I think I'm not saying do. But what I am saying is that as an upgrade, I think that's a really good idea.
Well, I think you should definitely think about Walker Peters if you're going to do a transfer. But I don't know. I don't know if I would switch Mora out to to Zaha myself. I'm not convinced by Zaha. I don't know where his head's at. He's obviously very annoyed about being still at Crystal Palace. It's not the same Zaha mentality as last season. I think I don't know. It's a risk for me, but do what your gut says, man. Do what your gut says. Always do what your gut says, and listen to me or Steve-O. We're very separate on this opinion. The chat. I'll let you know what the chat's saying. I mean, is Walker safe? No, I wouldn't say he is safe. G-Wiz saying he would do it for a hit. Yeah, Everton may still concede though, says Littman. I wouldn't sub anyone out, says Nasty Balls. Everton's good fixtures.
Everton haven't conceded for about 20 games now.
Rhino605 says -4. So yeah, I mean a lot of people are saying do it. So Big Issue says sound tasty. Good shout says George Jones. So yeah, a lot of people are agreeing with Steve-O on that one. So you might be on something.
Cool.
So there you go.
Okay, question to you guys and to the chat then. So if we say I go ahead with the Zaha pick, would you then, if you can just put in the chat, would you play Rico away to Villa, play Lundstrom home to Palace, or -4 for Coleman? If you can give me an answer on that. But yeah, what's your thoughts, Steve and Jason, on that out of those three options?
Booner, that is so annoying. I would personally, I'd go with the -4. I just think the fact that you're upgrading to Coleman, I think the fact that you're upgrading Kyle Walker-Peters to Coleman and downgrading, well, not even downgrading. I think Lucas Moura is an upgrade to Zaha with the price difference. That's what I honestly think.
I've got the team up on screen now.
Yeah, but then Palace play United the week after is my problem, isn't it? That's not nice.
I wouldn't.
So what?
I think if it was my team right now with the players I've got, I mean, I would probably even just. Do you know what? You're probably going to laugh at me, but I would probably just start. Is Rico guaranteed minutes?
I think he is.
I would just stick Rico in there and save the transfer, mate. That's what I would do, and then bring Son in game week 3.
Yeah, see, the consensus in the chat seems to be Rico Lundstrom. There's not many -4s in Coleman, so.
But weren't you I am right in saying that you put up a tweet regarding what the manager came out and said about Lundstrom. Oh no, not the manager. Sorry. The manager saying about how he wanted to play a bit more defensively or something.
Yeah, well, FPL Tomo Blade, that correspondent from Planet FPL, yeah. He mentioned, I don't know if it was a manager that mentioned it. I imagine it was. I don't think he would have made that claim himself. And he basically said that they had set up more defensively because they were away to Bournemouth and they knew how Bournemouth played. So he didn't think that. I mean, he thinks that they'd be a bit more attacking at home, which would suggest that Lundstrom would drop out. So it's not. Let's not get. I don't want to get blamed, but there's that potential. So yeah, it's something.
Well, my advice: play Rico, like I said. Ditch Walker-Peters, put him on your bench, play Rico, and then save your transfer, and then reassess game week 3 with Son, bringing Son in, and you got your 2 free transfers. And like Steve said earlier on to the other caller, I mean, you can even do a mini wildcard, 3-4 transfers, and take a -4. Then, if you wish to, you've got those 2 free transfers to play with. But just go with what you believe. Take advice from me and Steve-O in the chat, but always go with what you genuinely believe, because there'd be nothing worse come game week 2. Oh, I knew I was going to do that, and then I listened to chat, and chat told me to bring in, McGinn.
I mean, it sounds like a good move, the Zaha one, but I like to play the game in. I say that now, and I'm already looking to get more out. But I like to play the game in 3-4 fixture blocks, usually, right? And he's got United and Spurs both away in the next 4 games. That's putting me off already.
There you go.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, you know my thoughts.
Steve-O.
Sorry, I was just trying to do research on what this Tomo was saying, but I can't actually find the tweet or whether. What was the question? Sorry.
So I said usually I like to play the game in 3-4 fixture blocks, right? Yeah. And Zaha has Spurs and United away in that next 4 games, and that kind of puts me off. What's your thoughts on that? Would that put you off?
The simple answer is maybe do your research and see what Zaha returned in those against both of those teams last season, and maybe you'll get a better idea of how he performs, because that's what I like to do.
Yeah, Jason, whilst I'm on air with you guys, a lot of people have been recommending Martial to me. Personally, he didn't stand out to me that much. I preferred the likes and the look of Rashford, but obviously I can't get him in right now. What's your thoughts on Martial? Is he a viable option? He could be a free straight transfer as well. I know you said don't mention Martial, but what's your thoughts?
I would love to have Man United attackers in my team. I really would, but I'm just not convinced of their consistency at the moment. I'm still waiting and see. I literally, with my FPL hat on, I'm waiting on Man United just to see if this is going to be a consistent thing for them. The price point is very attractive at 7.5. There's a lot of people jumping on Martial. Believe you me.
His fixtures are attractive as well. He hasn't got those bad fixtures that Zaha, for example, would have. So...
I mean, if you turned around and said, Jason, can you tell me who I should bring in between Zaha and Martial? Then I would say Martial.
I know what you'd say. Yeah, 100%.
But I'm saying right now that do you need to do it? I mean, really need to do it. I mean, because you said that your plan was to bring Son in game week 3. Would then the plan be then to take out Martial and then use money elsewhere to bring in Son? I mean,
no. I'd take out Wilson and Fraser both. They'd go.
Well, so you're going to do surgery to your team anyway in future game weeks. You know that you're going to spend points. So why not just save the transfer now and then use those transfers to do that surgery come game week 3? That's my logic behind it. I just think that you're going to potentially, you're going to do this move. There's a good chance that it won't pay off, and then you then stuck with no transfer, or one transfer to do 2 moves, spending points. I just think that I would love to be able to stand here or sit here and say Martial's a great bet. He's going to do really well for you, but I can't say that. Give me a few weeks' time. Let's see how Man United get on in their fixtures.
I'm sorry. Go on.
But it is a case of your gut. I mean, if your gut instinct says if you watched that United Chelsea game and you thought you saw enough that would warrant that transfer, then do it.
No, I didn't, and I don't think Wolves is an easy fixture either.
Exactly.
So, I'm not getting him. Done. Exactly. Perfect. Cheers.
Cool. No worries, Bruno. Cheers, buddy. We're gonna Keyboy's been waiting a while to come in. I'm noticeable of that. So Bruno, by all means, staying with us. But Keyboy, you're live now on the FPL Call-In with Jason and Steve-O. You've been waiting a while. Thank you for your patience, and I hope you can hear me and you're going to be able to speak.
Yep. Can you hear me all good?
I can hear you fine, Keyboy. How are you doing?
I'm absolutely brilliant, boys. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. How's your game week?
Nice.
I think I ended up with something like 91 points, I think.
Yeah.
91 points. I've just
35.
Yeah, I've just seen it. So this is Keyboy's team, 91 points. Really good score. Like a lot of people getting over the 90 points, it seems to be a bit of a doddle for a lot of managers at the moment. Obviously, Boona. It's a good thing Boona's muted. Ryan with 9 points there. Alexander Arnold and Wan-Bissaka and Digne returning. Yeah. Captain in Salah with the Sterling as well. So Martial. So you're a Martial owner, Keyboy, and we've obviously you may have just heard on the stream that Boona is thinking of getting more out of his team, and he looked at Martial as an option. You've got Martial on your team. Is he going to stay in your team going forward?
Oh, 100%. He's not leaving. I had him in for maybe about a week and a half now. He was in my team for the last time I hopped on the stream, and I'm so glad I've put him in, because even though he's only got the 1 goal, everyone is having such a headache with Martial right now because it's such an easy swap from Lucas Moura. But I remember just seeing game week 1, I thought, oh, Lucas Moura, Aston Villa needs to go in, then I'll put Martial in. And then I thought, well, wait a minute, there's no point. I decided I'm not going to do any little signings that I know I'm going to have to transfer out anyway. I'll just stick with Martial. He's probably not going to score against Chelsea, but it saves me having to take any hits down the road. And I'm so glad I did it. I think Martial at this point, if you don't have him in your team, you probably should wait. But as someone that's got him in his team, I'm just sitting back in this Discord group
enjoying
and I'm just laughing it up.
But the thing is,
I mean,
you could be ahead of the curve on Martial, absolutely. And it kind of reminds me. I mean, chat, you can probably let me know the exact game week, but wasn't it something like game week? I know 27, 28 last season. Martial had a bit of a form, like a 3 weeks of scoring goals. And like after a few weeks, people started transferring him in, and then after 3 weeks of returns, he then dried up. Does that ring any
Yeah.
bells? So it's just one of those where, again, you've hit the nail on the head. You've got him in your team. You're sticking with him. But I still would think that if you haven't got Martial in your team, it's probably worth just waiting a little bit longer. But yeah, Keyboy, I mean, you're set then for game week 2. You don't seem like you need to make any transfers. I would presume you're going to hold and get your 2 free transfers game week 3. Is that right?
No, I've got a minus 24.
Right.
No, I'm keeping it nice and tight. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do because the season's officially started. Obviously, I've got to go with tricks up my sleeve, and it's a very long sleeve at this point. There's so many tricks up there. But I'm going to definitely keep my transfers. I'm not going to do anything this week. I'm going to do, I think, game week 3, a little bit of surgery, maybe at max take a -4 because I want to try and get Son in, but it depends on how the likes of Perez and stuff are playing. But yeah, I'm super content with the team at the minute.
Booner, if you're still there, what is, I'm assuming the answer is instantly yes, Son is going to be straight back in the team, yeah?
I'd hope so. I think we need him, so I'd imagine so. If he's not, I'd be worried.
The fact that any news coming out about Eriksen potentially leaving? I mean, I heard someone on the radio earlier on basically saying, let him go for free next summer because what Eriksen can bring you this season will pay for whatever cost that someone would bring money in as a transfer wise this season, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I read something on Twitter today from one of these Spurs Twitter pages, not claiming to be in the know, but generally if they hear anything they'll post, and on there it said that apparently Juventus are holding talks with Eriksen potentially moving to Juventus for free in summer 2020, so
brilliant.
It could be the case that he stays, maybe, but if I hear anything else, I'll let you guys know.
So are we looking at maybe Son returns for the Arsenal game, or would it be Newcastle?
No, it'd be Newcastle.
Wow,
100%.
potential.
He's fit. He's played all of pre-season. He's looked really good. He'll be back in.
Yeah.
And he'll be hungry as well.
Oh, he will, yeah.
Absolutely.
Much better option than Kane, I think. Just value-wise, because of the way teams are structured right now, unless you've got Kane or Aubameyang in your team right now.
Keyboy, I think we're going to try and get through the callers now as the top cock ticks. Have you got any final thoughts to say about game week 1?
Just from a personal point of view, I think everyone needs to cheer up, man. Honestly, some of the scores people are coming in with and going, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that.
I only got 104 points. I'm depressed. God.
It doesn't matter. Especially Jason, especially you. You're sitting there complaining about having Sterling not as your captain. You're sitting there.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'll take that on the chin. It's fine. Cheers.
But yeah. Other than that, I think the Discord, sitting in that waiting room, it sort of hit me. I was okay with my game week, and then when I was sitting in the waiting room, I just couldn't wait to just start talking about it. And I was just like, yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with this. It's really building that little bit of competitive atmosphere in me, and I'm just really enjoying it.
And it's only going to get better as the season goes on.
Just before you go, Keyboy, I just look at your team and I just think, damn, you've got 2 players playing on Monday evening. Maybe 3 if you play Dendonker. It just annoys me. But no, great team, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Cheers,
mate. Right, so I noticed we've got Anish. Anish has been waiting. FPL lad as well. You're probably listening to the stream. We're going to get you in straight after Anish. So Anish 28, Anish T28. Welcome, you're live on air. Thank you for your patience in waiting to come on with us. You're with Steve O'Booner and myself, Jason, on the FPL Call-In. How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Anish. Tell us all, how did you do on Game Week 1?
I got 95 points with Sterling.
Brilliant.
But are you feeling great about
that? Feeling good about it, yeah.
Yeah, you damn well should be. You damn well should be. 95 points is an amazing score. Anish, did you post your team in the
yeah, I have.
2031.
I can tell you guys now, Anish is absolutely buzzing. I was watching the West Ham and City game live with Anish before I went to the Spurs game, and I was trolling him at halftime saying, how you feeling? Because he had Sterling captain.
Oh.
we was in London. So we went to watch that. We watched it on a TV in a pub. And then he had the last laugh, didn't he? So he had De Bruyne as well.
Anish, as a Man United fan, I'd imagine, judging by the profile picture you've got. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, how did you feel, Man City and that demolition? Obviously, Sterling is your captain. How did that? How would you? I bet you were screaming, weren't you?
Yeah, I was pretty excited actually about it. I was a bit worried when it was half time, but then it is Manchester. It is Man City, so anything can happen really.
They only need 10 minutes, don't they?
Yeah, they only need.
This team is virtually mine, barring De Bruyne, basically. And are you going to be going with Sterling captain this game?
Yeah, my plan is to keep Sterling captain till Gameweek 6.
Wow. Okay. Why?
Just the fixtures, I just trust City to score goals, and I think Sterling's going to be involved in the majority of them.
Well, yeah, I agree, and I think you've done the same as me. De Bruyne, Sterling. I think they're two players that are key to City. I think there's not going to be that many reduced minutes for either of those two, assuming they stay fit throughout the season. Plenty of goals, plenty of assists between them, and yeah, I like that team. And you've got the Wesley pick like Steve-O going forward, the attractive fixtures. The question now would be: have you got any transfers that you want to do, like burning a hole in your pocket, or are you thinking, I know what, I'll save my transfer and maybe play Ake next week, or and just assess game week 3 and have 2 free transfers in the bank?
My plan is to currently save, but I've currently got Ake on the bench and I'm playing Lundstrom.
Yeah.
Same as me.
Because I don't want to have Ake against
Wesley. Yeah, got Wesley. Okay, I see why you're playing Lundstrom, and obviously, I'm still not 100% that he's going to be nailed in that squad, to be honest with you. But yeah, I am interested in seeing how he plays, because he was playing in midfield, like an attacking midfield role, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to keep Ake as first on the bench. So if Lundstrom doesn't play for some reason,
yeah,
then at least I've got a guaranteed player that plays.
You have, and I think you've got your team set for game week 2, and looking at that team, you could very well be getting high points again, Anish, and
hopefully.
Yeah. So are you thinking of joining the Son train game week 3?
Well, the question is, then who would I drop out of De Bruyne, Sterling, and Salah?
It all boils down to your Bournemouth assets, really, doesn't it? Downgrading Wilson and upgrading Fraser. But I mean, again, if you're going to save a transfer, that's something which you could do. Personally, I mean, if Bournemouth play really bad against Aston Villa, and that Wilson doesn't and Fraser don't return anything, is that something which you may do?
I've got my eyes on getting Son, hopefully in game week 3.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Because Kane's too much of a work. It's going to take, I think, more than a -4. Really, if I want to keep the balance of my team.
We say Kane, did you say?
If I get Kane in, I think it's going to take more than a -4.
Yeah, it will do. But I mean,
it's going to ruin the balance of the team, and I quite like the midfield that I have right now, other than Fraser.
Yeah, I agree. I think stick to your guns and wait and see what happens game week 2, and then assess with those 2 free transfers. Absolutely. Anish, thank you ever so much.
I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming on, buddy. I appreciate everyone that comes on the stream and gives us a feedback on their team, and it's great to see that you've got a plan and you're not going to knee jerk on any players. Marshall. But yeah, we'll bring in speak soon, Anish. Speak soon. We'll bring FPL Lad in. The FPL Lad is now live on the Elite FPL Call-In with Jason, Steve-O, Boona. And first thing I'll say, FPL Lad's a bit of an Instagram celebrity. How you doing, FPL Lad? You all right?
Hello, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I did see your team posted. I'll just go and find it now. And a game week 1 score of 84. You've got to be happy with that score.
Yeah, I'll take it. I can't be this happy with that.
No,
I've seen a lot of teams a lot better than that, but I can't be moaning like Boona.
I know.
There you go. Let's all pick on Boona.
Only got 7 points. Yeah, well, I only got 7 points more than you, and you're very unhappy, and I'm a happy man. So there we go.
And you are set for the game weeks ahead as well with that team. I can't see a subs bench, unfortunately, but unless you want to reveal it.
It's just the standard. Dendonker, Greenwood, Hanley.
Right, Hanley.
I just thought he's captain and he's so likely to play for a couple of points, but
so
not this week.
So what's your thought process going into game week 2? I said that you look pretty set. I mean, are you thinking that, or are you looking to possibly move some players around?
Yeah, set. The only thing I was looking at was Chris Wood to move him out, but hey, he's just gonna have to stick there and get me another 2 points, I think.
Well, Steve-O can tell you about Chris Wood.
You must have been gutted that he got you only 2 points.
I was at the Palace match on Saturday.
Oh wow!
And I'm a season ticket holder, so I come out the game, looked at the score, and I thought 3-0. Here we go. And 2 points.
Well,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can we actually get your opinion on number 1 Crystal Palace and number 2 Wilfried Zaha?
Yeah,
this is exactly why I went into the waiting room, because I was listening to you saying, "Oh, do we go Wilf? Do we do this, that, and the other?"
Okay.
And what to do? Boom! Just hold your transfer. Now, as good as we are, I've lost your team. I had your team up a minute ago, so I could talk about it, but I've lost it. As we are better away from home, much better away from home, but we are struggling to create. It was horrible on Saturday watching. Wilf came on for the last 10-15 minutes, and we did look better then. But when you got Christian Benteke up front, you can't expect to score too many goals. And also, and you touched on it as well, our fixtures coming up are horrible.
Yeah.
We do have... Hold on, let's just get this up a minute.
I mean, FPL lad. I mean, while you're doing that, I think a few people are kind of worried that Palace may fall quite far down the season. Oh, sorry, down the table. Come the second half of the season. Are you confident that things will kind of get improved with Zaha kind of fighting to make a statement in that team, or are you worried that Zaha is too much of a focal point and with his head down, it's going to affect the overall team?
His head's not down. When he came on, I follow him on Insta, and he was full of praise for all the fans for giving him all the support on Saturday. We were singing his name the whole game rather than just when he was on the pitch.
Yeah.
As soon as he came on, he was his normal self.
Right.
He was trying to create chances. He was brilliant. It wasn't like he was upset or anything.
Are you? Yeah. Okay, I give you that.
I'll tell you why. The only reason he didn't start, it wasn't because of he was at the African Cup of Nations and he didn't play a single minute in pre-season for us, so he wasn't match fit, and that's why he was on the bench.
But he was playing matches in the African Cup of Nations. But I know what you mean. He's not training with the team. But I understand. I understand that. I just didn't know if there was.
Mane.
I understand. No, I understand that. No, that's fair. That's a fair shout. Sorry, Stephen.
I feel like, can you give us insight into Everton, please? Because they've got their 20th clean sheet in a row, but were they unlucky not to beat you lot, or what? What are your thoughts on Everton?
They have one. I know they have one cleared off the line in the second half. That was at the other end to where I was, but they can't hit a barn door. They can't just. Calvert-Lewin is useless. He's not a Premier League footballer, really, is he?
Mm-hmm. How did Keane look when he came on?
Do you know what he looked like? A bit of a Benteke, and also like Wesley as well. I like a Wesley.
No.
You know, when he kept holding the ball up, he would come a bit deeper, hold it up lovely, and then play it off to, I don't know, Sigurdsson or someone like that. But I think
who was the brightest attacking asset then for Everton throughout the game?
Siggy looked
Save
good.
Richarlison, please.
Siggy looked good, like taking the ball down and spraying it and creating chances. Richarlison with his feet, he was good at dribbling. He had a couple of great shots. One of them I was right behind. I thought, 1-0, but it went wide, luckily. But one of them two. I wouldn't go near the strikers. Luca Dean and Coleman both looked very good going forward. Bernard useless. Don't touch him.
Well, they've got Iwobi there now as well, so you wouldn't touch him anyway, would you?
True. In fact, I would imagine Iwobi will be a starter because Bernard was useless. And I guess it's only a matter of time.
And to clarify something on my own behalf, Gary Cahill didn't play, but he should be playing this Saturday?
Don't know. He has, again, we got him off a free agent, so he's not had a pre-season. He hasn't even had a club. Kelly was solid. Kelly was one of pretty much, I would say, our man of the match.
You can't see him. You can't be dropping in them, can you?
Yeah. Surely. You can't be dropping Kelly. Dan, maybe. But
I'd be so tempted to play Kelly if I owned him.
If I owned him, I would as well. But I took him out because I had this mistake last season of having Palace players in my team when we were doing well. and then I was just going with like heart over head, and that's not a good place to be in FPL.
Yeah,
I was like,
absolutely. No, absolutely.
Will can get a hat trick at Burnley at home. Oh no, 0-0.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you said that your Instagram page, you kind of like doing differential picks and everything. What was your differential pick this week?
I haven't done one this week. I haven't done one.
Oh.
I didn't do one for Gameweek 1. What did I do? I did highlight everyone though. I was doing like just team by team, just like key player analysis.
All right.
And on 5 days ago? So what's that? Thursday? I did the Man United one, and Wan-Bissaka had more BPS than any other Man United player in the squad last season. So I said, if you're going to get any Man United defender, get Wan-Bissaka because he's a BPS magnet.
And you stuck with it yourself. You got
and
him
then
in.
I did. I brought him in for Zinchenko on deadline day.
Nice.
And then so United win 4-0. He gets no attacking returns and still gets 2 bonus.
Yeah.
What a man.
He is, in my opinion, and he's the complete like defensive fullback. He runs up and down, and he's so good at tackling. And watching the game against Chelsea, he can put a ball in. Like
he was a winger. He's a failed winger.
Wow.
He is a failed because he's been at Palace since he was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
So I've seen him come up through the youth system, and you could always see he was trying to be the next Zaha, but he's just not skillful enough.
But the thing is, he's playing to his strengths now, though, isn't he? He can obviously time a tackle. He's really good at timing a tackle. He's really fast.
His tackles are unbelievable.
I know. They call him the spider. They call him the spider. He can wrap his leg.
Why are his limbs so long?
He can wrap.
That is so weird.
I know.
What's going on?
I can't recall someone that does a tackle the same way he does. He can wrap himself around a player and get the ball. It's like. And that's why he's getting the bonus points, because he's breaking down attacks. He's clearing balls. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't bring Wan-Bissaka in because of his attacking returns. Generally speaking, he may get 1 or 2 assists a season, but at the end of the day, he's going to get bonus points. Absolutely.
He got the same points as Kyle Walker this weekend. And Kyle Walker got a clean sheet and assist, and he just tackled people and booted the ball clear. Yeah,
and it's deserved as well. Steve was annoyed about it, but I think Steve has got reason to be annoyed at Ryan, but Wan-Bissaka deserved every single bonus point he had.
Steve-O, get used to it.
Get him in.
I watched us lose 2-1 last season at Palace, and he got 3 bonus, and we lost 2-1.
Yeah.
How does that work? But he did. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. FPL Lab, we'll keep you in if you want to stay in. You're welcome to stay in. We're going to bring Switch Dude in. He's brand spanking new to Discord. He's been asking in chat how to join Discord. And for those of you watching the stream, if you're not sure, you don't know what Discord is, it ain't going to bite you. Don't be a broom. Download Discord. That's their saying. I mean, it's really easy and simple to use. Exclamation mark Discord in chat for the link.
This is cool.
Let's bring him in.
2055, and of course Switch Dude is most famous for accidentally keeping the captaincy on Greenwood. Straight away, what on earth happened?
Hello Switch Dude, how you doing? You're live on the FPL call in with Steve-O and Jason and Boona and now FPL Lad. So how are you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Brilliant. I've got your team up on screen. You've got 82 points. Are you happy?
If I have been told I'd get that before the weekend, I'd say yeah. But having made the mistake of leaving Greenwood captain, not really.
How did this happen?
Usually I use the app, and it sort of tells you to do it, but the app seemed to be playing up. So I had to do it on my computer.
Don't use the official app. It's useless.
And then, just not used to using it, I forgot to click save changes once I made Sterling captain and brought King off the bench.
Oh, you made Sterling! Oh my god! This is the tragedy of the stream right here. I mean, I asked you, "Are you happy?" And now I'm thinking I shouldn't have asked him that question. Right, so. You've been fortunate, haven't you? Let's be honest with you. You've been very fortunate that Greenwood captaincy hasn't punished you. You've still got a very respectable game week score. Boona must be absolutely fuming.
You beat me with a captain fail, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, just to interject, I mean, Arafat Safin has said, I triple captain Salah and got only 84 points. And exactly, this is what I'm saying about the Salah being a bit of a failed triple captaincy, in my opinion. So fair play to you, Switchblade.
Solskjaer's... Oh, is he gone?
No. He's
no,
no, he has gone. He has gone. I don't know where. I think I'll get him back in if he does come in. But yeah, that's.
I think I don't know if you could hear. I think it may have been his dad or someone saying that he's live on TV. That was quite sweet, actually. So, I don't know if you caught that, but yeah, that was awesome. That was very sweet. But Switch dude, thank you for coming live on air with us. That was for the few moments that you were with us. That was great.
Littman in chat saying Greenwood captain 82 points. You can learn from this man.
Yeah, he essentially scored 101, didn't he?
Yeah,
with the Sterling captain. Fair play.
Gutting.
But
Solskjaer's actually done him out of some points there as well, because randomly he's left Ryan with his vice. So if he didn't come on for 5 minutes, he would have got like 91.
Can I ask you, FPL lad, are you James Buckley, aka Jay from In Between Us? Because you sound identical to him. I was thinking this the other day, and I was like, "Who do you sound like?" And it's Jay from In Between Us. But
I try and make myself sound posh on the phone, but it's not really working, is it?
Switch dude's there if you want to bring him back on again.
Switch dude, you're back on air. I just want to say thank you for coming on and showing us your interesting team, buddy.
Hello,
you're back. You're
I
back
don't
on
know
air.
what happened there.
No, I think you may have accidentally disconnected from the app, but yeah, we were just saying that you know really, wow, just amazing that you've captained Greenwood and managed to get a respectable score, and we appreciate you coming onto the stream and sharing your story with us, because it's one hell of a story. Because the point that was just made a minute ago by FPL Lad was that Solskjaer's kind of done you out of a decent score there, because if Greenwood, of course, hadn't have come on, you would have had Ryan with 9 points turned to 18. So you'd have, it's unbelievable, isn't it, FPL?
Yeah.
But
so I'm a Chelsea fan as well, so I was watching the game. I was listening to the game anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And when we went 2-0 down, I thought, I wish Greenwood was on, because at least he'd be scoring the points. And then at the end, I was thinking, please don't come on.
I mean, at the end of the day, dude, you've got away with it. And appreciate you coming on. We're gonna rush through because we ain't got a lot of time left. But Switch dude, I look forward to speaking to you again. Obviously, come game week 2 onwards, it'll be a pleasure to have you back on the show. But thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
How long have you been a part of the community? Because I noticed you joined Discord today.
I only found you guys Saturday night, I think.
Saturday night as well. Yeah. Wow. And are you enjoying the content and enjoying the streams?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the streams.
Brilliant, excellent. That's amazing. Thank you ever so much for your support and coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers. Speak to you soon. Cheers, buddy. Last guest tonight will be Munro19. Munro19 is now on air, live on the FPL Call-In with Steve-O, Jason, FPL Lad, and Boona. Munro, can you hear us?
Hello, yeah.
A bit quiet there, Munro. I was going to turn you up. I've got your team up here in front of me. Thoughts, Steve-O, is this the one you're talking about?
I have no idea, but straight away you're going with a beautiful. It's the perfect game week 1 team, really. 95 points, 5-3-2, and I mean FPL Lad will be pricking his ears up when I mentioned the fact they had Kelly in his team.
That's
Aaron
off the
Wan-Bissaka.
bench. That is off the bench for Silver, surely.
It is.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a brilliant team there. You must be loving life.
I am at the moment. I'm just not too sure with Zinchenko next week. With Cancelo could be back.
No, Zinchenko is.
I don't see that.
The Cancelo's there for Walker, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see Pep dropping Zinchenko. Zinchenko's been a pretty decent. I mean, he's defensively sound and he's been pretty reliable for Pep. Obviously, the last 13 games the last season he played, and I can't see him being dropped. I think Mendy, if anyone, offers that little bit of threat, but I don't even think that even if Mendy was fully fit, he'd be able to get in at the moment. I don't think he's massively up there on Pep's thoughts. So, but yeah, it's one to watch, of course.
Quick question on Cancelo. Why do you think he would leave Juventus to join City without some sort of guarantee of game time.
That's true.
Money,
It seems
perhaps.
As Juve though, surely like he's gonna. Just seems a strange move for me if he's not getting game time. And Kyle Walker is solid, and that's why. That's half the reason I took out Zinchenko. Really.
That goal though, where the Walker assist, that was just
did
that
you
was
hear,
just
Joe Cole at half time.
Broke a speed limit. Some of the
areas.
It was like a FIFA goal. Like,
yeah.
Like when you've got players with insane pace in FIFA that can just it was really strange. I've never seen many players do that. Like Bale is another one that can do it, where he can literally. I'm hoping that Dan James can do it for United as well, where literally a defender is backing up, and then all of a sudden the attacking player just knocks it past, makes the defender just look left for dead basically, and just it's just amazing bit of football. I watched that back on the highlights multiple times. I love it when I see stuff like that, and but without going off on a tangent about Kyle Walker, a player that you don't own, Monroe 19, are you set for game week 2 now?
I'm not too sure with Bernardo Silva. With not starting last week.
I know. It's a surprise, wasn't it?
Take him out.
It was a surprise. Would I take him out if I had him in my team? That's the question. I don't know. Who would you bring in? Who would you bring in for Bernardo Silva?
Zaha.
Richarlison or Siggy, if you've not got him, in my opinion.
I'm thinking potentially Pogba and take out Martial as well.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Pogba could do.
You can't take out Martial.
Yeah, here's a question for you, Jason, as a United fan. Do you think that? I only base everything on what people have done in FPL. I don't care about real life. I just think about FPL. But do you think that maybe Pogba, you mentioned the other day, played really, really well? Is he playing for a move away or not?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
okay.
Pogba on his best, he's world class, and if he's got this attitude that he's going to play from move away, then he could be an absolute brilliant asset to own for fantasy. I don't know. I've seen enough games where Pogba's kind of just not looked interested. I think it's, again, I keep saying it with United. I want to see more games this season before I start saying, yeah, get him in, he's going to be great. Because you saw it last season with Ole coming in. United started to score goals, started to play with a bit of happiness, and there was a lot of positivity around United, and all of a sudden it fizzled out. I just want to just give it a few weeks. Maybe we'll know more after game week 2. But yeah, Again, if you got Martial in team, I wouldn't be getting Pogba in, put it that way.
All right, just one last question. If you were looking at this as your team, which player would you switch out?
If it was my team, we'll ask. You guys can see it. FPL lad, Booner as well. Let's ask. Get your opinions.
All right. What I'd do is pretty much what I told everyone to do in pre-season. You need De Bruyne. He's an absolute FPL maestro, especially with Bernardo Silva not playing, we don't know what he's doing. If you carry the transfer this week, you can swap Bernardo to De Bruyne. You just need the 1.5. So you can either take Zinchenko and drop him to a 4.0 that's playing like Rico or Hanley. And then you've still got your defenders playing. You've got Dendoncker on the bench as well. You can switch to a 4-4-2, like easy, or 3-5-2. Or if Zinchenko is seemingly nailed, you've got your double Bournemouth strikers there. And after this week, Bournemouth have got City at home, Leicester away, Everton at home, which isn't the easiest, and there are a lot of 6.5 strikers in. So I would take Silva to De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And then switch either Zinchenko if he's not nailed, or I don't fancy double Bournemouth strike, especially after they showed they're not.
Downgrade Wilson.
They weren't great in the first game, were they? So I'd downgrade Wilson for those 3 games. I wouldn't want double Bournemouth up front.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be my move. You would hold Bernardo?
I'd hold him just because maybe birthday gate is actually a thing.
I don't know. I mean, I was talking to my friend about that. I was like, surely you'd want to play on your birthday. You wouldn't want to be sitting on a bench.
I think he'll play him against Spurs because they'll need someone with Bernardo's kind of, his intricacy, like the way he plays. I reckon he could play him, but I don't think Pep's the sort of manager to have a loyalty to Mahrez. I don't think he is. So I think it's worth it, and then you can potentially use Bernardo as a player to get rid of in Game Week 3 to bring Son in, because you'll have 2 transfers. So I'd do that route.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that you've kind of you set your team up this way. Obviously, you had pre-season to decide how to plan your team. Yeah. You planned your team. You brought Bernardo Silva in. He didn't play. Yeah. I think give him one more game. Give him that one more game. Do what I've been telling other callers. Save your transfer, and then reassess come Game Week 3. Worst case scenario, you can have Dondonka coming off the bench, and I probably would. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I can't see Bernardo Silva missing out 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Pep loves him. Last year, Pep was singing his praises. I don't know. Chat.
That's true.
What's your thoughts? But
he does love Bernardo, doesn't he?
Steve-O,
it's got to be a one-off.
Yeah, Steve-O, what do you think about Munro's team here?
I really like it. I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. I think just stick. That's my honest advice. I just think stick and reassess after game week. After this Monday.
Right. Just my thinking is here with Bernardo Silva last season. Was that all due to Kevin De Bruyne's injury?
Possibly, partly.
Sané as well.
Yeah, obviously Sané's injured now. I just think the worst thing would be for you to chop and change your team up, and then of course the inevitable would happen with Bernardo Silva playing and then getting a decent score. But do you? I mean, I would be very tempted. I would be very, very tempted to change Bernardo Silva out purely because he didn't feature.
Right.
Very tempted, but I'll be waiting till I get as much information come the end of the week. Try and get, because there might be something else that you might need to change. You never know.
I would hold it. I just hold him if he plays. If he doesn't play, you've still got Dendonka to come on.
And he plays Monday night.
And they play, they got Man United. Now Man United conceded the second most shots this game week. Only Villa conceded more.
That's interesting stuff. Yeah.
Oh, check out FPL led Instagram page. It's all on there. It's all on there.
Here we go.
This evening's plug. It's
but
all there.
But yeah, I think we've all got our own opinions. But ultimately, just take advice from people in the Discord. You're a part of the Discord as well, Munro. Speak to people in there. I think you've got that. You can either go and take Bernardo out and maybe take money out, downgrade Wilson or something, and bring in the likes of KDB. But it is another Man City midfielder, and you're spending points doing it. So I would probably try, if you're going to do something like that, I would probably bank on having a second transfer that you can do it instead of spending points. That's just my opinion.
Right. Fair enough.
Stick with your teammate. It's only been one game.
Right. Just curious from that Man United start, could that be a possibility of taking out Wan-Bissaka?
Nah, bonus point magnet.
Oh, I wouldn't get Wan-Bissaka out. No way.
I for the price point at Wan-Bissaka's out, even at 5.5, I think he's an absolute bargain to have in your team, buddy. And I think there's better transfers to be done other than Wan-Bissaka.
I think he's a season keeper, to be honest. His fixtures as well. First, I don't know for how long. They're great, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got good fixtures. I mean, let's just end it there then. So Munro 19, thank you for coming on the stream. I appreciate it. And FPL Lad and all the other guests we've had throughout the evening. No, thank you. And check out FPL Lad on Instagram. He's always active and posting interesting stats. I hope to have you on again, guys.
Yeah,
cheers, dude.
Definitely.
We're getting towards the twilight minutes of the stream. I keep saying it. I'll keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. You guys, just amazing. I've been reading your comments out. Well, I've been reading them in the chat whilst talking to the guys on air. I love the fact that you guys are talking to each other, having your own little debates in the chat. We try to read out when we can, but it's not always possible. It's nice to see familiar faces there, and it's nice to see new faces that we don't necessarily... Well, we've not had come on the stream. We've had about 2 or 3 people this stream, but we've never had on the show before, and they've joined the community this weekend. Steve-O, would you like to do the admin?
Absolutely, the usual standard. We've had actually over 200 people watching tonight, so all you 200 people, just quickly hit that like button as you're saying goodbye to us. Just click done. There we are. It really does show your support, and it really is. I'm telling you now, that support is helping us, I can assure you. But again, for anybody that is new and has enjoyed tonight's content and the previous content, it's only going to get better and better as we keep putting out material. So hit that subscribe button and help the channel grow even more and more. Follow us over on at Twitter. That's at Elite FPL. That's where you're going to get us advertising when we're going to be going live. Of course, we've been discussing all evening the Discord group. We're growing this huge community, and yeah, the description is in the link, and also I'm sure FPL Boona and various others will post the link in the chat as I'm saying goodbye right now. Other than that, I look forward to potentially seeing you on either Wednesday, possibly Wednesday morning for our Southern Hemisphere friends, so they can get things off their chest, talking all things fantasy football, building up to game week 2. And there's a chance we may do an evening stream on Wednesday for the Liverpool-Chelsea game. But we're certainly, definitely, no matter what, back for Thursday, back for our preview of game week 2. There we are, Jason.
And don't forget to vote on the Discord polls, guys.
Oh, yes.
You can see just here in the Discord. Another reason to join Discord is that a lot of our polls will be featuring in there for the community team and for other things that we've got going on. And also I'll be announcing the prize breakdowns of the Cash League come the preview for game week 2. So from me and Steve-O, thank you and see you soon.
Cheers, guys. Just of interest, whereabouts are you? Not in the world, but are you near like an industrial machine or something? It's very 2 seconds. Just ask a couple of questions. I just need to get the door for a second.
No
Sorry.
problem,
This is what happens when you're live.
What's going on?
Not a lot really. I'm waiting to go to gym. What about yourself?
Live on YouTube doing a stream.
Why do you feel that you're constantly changing your teammate? Is it just there's just
I'm
so
hearing
many ideas?
So many ideas, so many different perspectives. I blame Brett Mollison for his 5 at back, because when you see my new team,
wow.
Brighton home, they couldn't buy a goal in the last season.
Well, I don't know. Dan's got Glenn Murray. I think he'll have a word to say about that.
I'm detecting possibly a German accent. I'm probably completely way out. But where are you calling us from?
South Africa.
On the first day, I literally just typed in FPL, like first draft, and yours came up like first. So I thought, oh, well, I'll watch one of the live streams when it comes on. And then I thought, this is a bit long, isn't it? About 2 hours in. And then 3 hours later, well, an hour later, I was like, yeah, these seem alright, you know. Steven's not that bad.
I have one question for you. I want you to predict the order of the Elite FPL ranking. So, like, who do you think will finish first, second, and third out of y'all three this season?
So it's certainly, no disrespect to Dan, but it's certainly going to be between me and Jason. And right now, as it stands, I'd go with Jason because my history suggests that I'm going to be having a bad season.
So I've got the 5 at the back. I just see a lot of value there. I feel like if I don't have Salah, I can spread the money elsewhere and maybe get the points another way.
All the teams now, except for obviously Salah and Sterling, these players, a lot of players are going to change towards the start of the season just because of new transfers, injuries that could happen, and all of that. So for me to tell you now, like personally right now, I'd say definitely if Tammy Abraham or Batshuayi are cheap, I'd get one of them just because I don't care about the Man United. We can score against them at least 2 or 3.
Hey guys, this season we're using Discord. It's a text and voice application where you can talk all things FPL with fellow community members. You can post your team in the Rate My Team, talk in the general chat, you can look at transfer news, look at awesome GIFs, sign up for our Cash Mini League, look at our previous podcasts, and even join us live on air in one of our streams. We look forward to seeing you guys. Link is in the description, or look at the code on screen.